Stern over here. 3, 2, 1. It's another day here at the Comeback Team Studios. This is your host, Beck Lover. And I got my sister back in the house. You've seen her on TV. She's a very popular medium. She tells it how she feels it, how she thinks it, how she believes it. She holds nothing back, no filters. Fellow Albanian in the house. Florina, a.k.a. Flo.
Kaya.
Welcome back.
Welcome. Thank you, Beck. I am happy to be here and feeling very, very peaceful and blessed at this moment. And I'm grateful to be a part of the Comeback Team because I myself am the epitome of a comeback person. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me once again.
Flo, we've done over 80 episodes. We've had all walks of life on here. Our last
Gangster.
episode was, if I'm not mistaken, Carol King from Tiger King.
That's fucking crazy. I can't. Didn't she murder somebody or something like that?
I cannot speak about my guests in that fashion.
That bitch murdered somebody.
I don't know.
cannot speak about my guests like that.
I mean, the fucked up part is I never even watched the documentary because I saw
saw that shit because everybody was talking about it. It was all the rage. So I had to, I gotta be up on current events and all that.
I saw the memes, I knew what it was, but I didn't realize what her backstory was. And she spoke about it on an interview. She's like, everyone thinks I killed my former husband, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Now, you're a medium. What do you think?
I don't think she directly killed him, but I believe she probably had an influence into it.
What influence? Like she...
I don't know, bro. She's like was one.
She
of those,
brought the
like,
tiger to his bed when he was asleep.
I don't know. She was one of those crazy for me, people who live their life trying to destroy someone else, and the other guy too. They both try to destroy each other. That to me is, and look at that, it's 333 right now. That, as I'm saying, that when people live to destroy each other, there's something not right about that person, and they're capable of anything, as opposed to a person who is happy and living a functional life that they are satisfied with, and they don't attempt to destroy another human being. That type of person will not harm another person because they see themselves in them. But I don't feel like she has any fucking feelings. She seems real cold and real, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can read through people, and even though that other retard was an idiot, the tiger, whatever his name was, but she
Joe
just,
Exotic?
Yeah, she just seemed like, Joe Exotic had a dream, and I don't want to talk too much about this, but the way I saw it was, he had a dream, he just didn't know how to go about it. He was doing it all like retarded. Back before we get into it, I was on the way here, I was talking about that. People who are following the masses, as in politicians, and when I see people on Instagram and all that, and they're like, Trump this, Trump that, yeah, Trump. And then like, Trump, Biden, no, it's Biden, no, Trump. Those are people that are still living in the matrix and their brain is not like fully developed. So they need a leader to like get them going in the morning. And there's people who lead themselves and are led by the creator of all things, the divine creator. And they go through life out of the matrix. They break out. For instance, I'm going to say this like I'm saying it. Being an Albanian man, me being an Albanian woman, breaking out of the status quo of this is what type of Albanian husband you must be. This is what type of Albanian wife you must be. And breaking out of it, of course, we're going to get judged so strongly, but here I am. Throw stones at me, sticks and stones, throw whatever you got to throw at me. You breaking away from that and saying, I can still be a husband, I can still be a father, but I can still live my dreams. Some people...
And I could still be an Albanian.
And we are Albanian. It's in our blood. That's what we are. But here's the thing. I know I'm Albanian. I'm 100% Albanian, right? I know that for a fact. But here's the thing. I also know that I am everyone and everyone is me. And so I don't like to say... I was born a Muslim, yes. I was born Albanian, yes. But I don't like to say, I'm Albanian. I'm a Muslim. You know why? Because that puts me in one category, and I'm everyone. I connect with the whole world. As a medium, I cannot like stress enough to people how important it is that we stop separating ourselves. When we separate ourselves, divide ourselves through religion, through beliefs and cultures. I'm Albanian. We have to do things like Dibrans do it, from Tropoja, from Ulcin. We have to do from Kosovo. We're all Albanians. But when a Kosovar does something that a Dibran doesn't do, we're pointing the finger at the Kosovar saying, you don't do it this way. They're pointing at the Dibran saying they do it this way. You're all Albanians. So how are you one and then you're separating and dividing and talking shit about each other? And then you got people like us.
What you're kind of talking about, Flo, is, and because remember, the majority of my audience is, unfortunately, not Albanian. They really should be, though. You would think my own...
They'll understand it because it happens in their culture, too.
But you think that my own would be the first ones to hit share and hit follow.
No, they don't do that.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's all right.
And they do it, but on the low. They watch you on the low. Don't get it twisted.
But what you're speaking about is something that I reflected upon many, many a night, which is what we call tribalism.
Yes.
Where we're ethnocentric. We even go down to villages sometimes, which is, think about how, that's why we're so fragmented at times. And I agree with exactly what you're saying. I kind of look at this whole thing differently, much differently than when I did when I was younger. But remember, we come from a people of war. We had a lot of conflict.
Yeah, well,
I lost a lot of family. We're not talking 50, 100 years. We're talking
Albanians were the foot soldiers to everything. I always say, if there was the Italian mafia, the Italians were eating the pasta, the Albanians were doing the dirty work. And that's how it worked. And that's how it was. Albanians, we are born and bred to be defensive because of the way that we were raised, our families, our traditions, our cultures. So, we did all the dirty work all the time.
Very violent people.
Very violent people. And I know that for a fact because violence is bred in me. I have it in me, which is why I have to fight so hard every day to be what you call a good girl or whatever.
I would have never thought there was violence better than you. You didn't beat up anybody in shows.
I did a couple. Oh, okay. I thought you were serious. I'm like, Beck, did you?
Like, when I think of Bad Girls Club, I think of you. I think you're definitely one of the most legendary people that's ever been on that show.
And a lot of people do, but a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. The new generation, they're into the whole, they like phony, they like fake asses, they like fake titties. The real motherfuckers from the old school motherfuckers, they rock with me, and I'm happy about it. Because if the old school motherfuckers rock with me and their kids, because of them, rock with me, I just set the standard and the stage. Because if I can listen, I have a demographic of audience from the age of, I'm not kidding you, 14 to the age of 68. And I've watched my demographics. I look at my insights and I see that there'll be kids who hit me up and they're 21 years old. And I'm just talking about this to show you guys like what I've been through and how I've come back, which is why I love that saying, the comeback team. Because what I've been through and I've come out of it, I literally died and came back to life. So what I've come back from is not going to be the easiest thing, because a lot of people, they do judge, they do point fingers, but the smart people go, she got through something, she survived something, because I have a purpose here. And some of us take a little bit longer to figure out where that purpose is, because how old are you, Beck? Honestly, I'm 38. How old are you? Bro, just speak on it. Let me get some of that cigar.
38. Cannot share cigars. I'm sorry. If it's a blunt, that's a different
I want to see what it tastes like. What the fuck?
It's too much saliva on there.
Oh, your saliva. Okay, because I don't have.
Well, this is post-COVID world.
I know how to do shit without wetness.
This is a post-COVID world. I should have had one for you, though. What a fucking scumbag.
Can you, like, blow me a shotty or something? I don't know.
Kind of Albanian in mind. I should have been, look. I should have been with the tray like this, hand on the heart, fucking cigar.
Yeah,
Here.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What kind of fucking host are you?
Lightly puff, please.
I am. I don't fuck. Here, look. I was gonna
fuck around and catch COVID-22 and shit. You're not supposed to inhale that. No, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, but I need a cigarette. So
I'm gonna teach you how to smoke a cigar.
It's gonna work right now.
A real cigar.
Okay, so speaking of COVID, motherfucker, I caught COVID after I came to your studio. So don't even. I'm good. We got the antibodies. Listen, guys, if you're not dead by now, it's not your time. You know what I'm saying? You good. You straight, bro. If you're not dead by now, you good. Okay.
We're gonna avoid buzzwords, please, because they hate me already.
Oh, you're buzzing? When I curse?
300. I got 300 views on Carole King, man. Should have been 3 million views. They hate me.
No. You're not tagging shit the right. Can you? You don't talk to people. That's the thing. You're a Virgo. I know I'm a Virgo too. We swear we know everything until somebody teaches us something. And then we're like, wait, what? Seriously? That's how you do it? You got a hashtag. I do this. I get on a tarot card reading that I just posted 2,000 views because I know how to hashtag and get the people.
You know who's the stupidest person in the world? The one who thinks he doesn't need help.
Always. Always. But that's why I said, if you're going to reach a level of fame, because I already know, I was already famous a few times, not in just this lifetime. I've been famous many lifetimes. I was a god. People like bowed down to me. So in this lifetime, I had to humble the fuck out of myself. I tried not to curse there.
So you know, when the masses hear you talk, they think you're fucking crazy, right?
It doesn't matter because the masses are not who I'm connecting to.
They
I'm
think
connecting to.
that you might even be borderline schizophrenic when you say some of this
That's
shit.
okay because I've
just
already
being
been
honest
to
here.
mental hospitals and they diagnosed me with everything. Schizophrenic, multiple personality disorder, ADHD, bipolar type 1, 2, 3, 4, 17, 8, all of it. But guess what? I don't take no medications today. And when I did take medications, that's when you could say I was crazy.
And you felt you were fucking
and
crazy.
I was crazy. And today I understand that I'm just truly, truly aware and my third eye is wide open and I can see through your bullshit with my eyes completely closed, my ears shut. If I just sit next to someone and read their energy, I will know that this person, I know how, listen, that's why I'm incredible in bed. It's not that I'm like, I know how to suck dick. Like, it's not that hard to suck dick, ladies. Put your mouth on it and suck it, you know what I'm saying? But it's because I read a person's energy, how they're, what are they, is their toes tinkling? Is their body moving? Are they shivering? You know what I'm saying? Those little things that humanity fails to understand, that we are energetic beings. And just like Nikola Tesla said, if you want to think of the world, think in terms of frequency and vibrations. And he says that, you know what I'm saying? And he believed, he did something with a coin and went up to a building, like the Empire State Building, and he waited until the vibration was just right and the numbers were just right, and he hit the building with the coin, and the coin cracked the window. And he said, if I want to take this whole building down with this penny, I can, but I choose not to, because vibration and frequency is a real thing. People that get around you and their energy is off, when you feel it's off, leave. Why are you questioning your intuition? Why? I will be somewhere, if I go anywhere, bar, club, the music could be loud. I could be even having a drink or two. If I feel something's wrong, I'm leaving. I did it last night. They were like, where the fuck did you go? You just walked out. I'm like, because something felt off and I just left. Because you have to read your body. We are energetic beings.
You know what's crazy? I do that a lot. Without ever being
You're
taught.
empathic. That's why, man. You're highly empathic.
I would feel, and you know what? I'd always leave the club shooting, this, that, beating. It was crazy.
And another thing, I know you don't like to talk about this, and I get it because, you know, you're a Muslim man, and I get it. And listen, I was born Muslim too, I understand. But a lot of the things that I do today, I took from Islam. I took from Buddhism and Christianity. I take it all, and I understand that all of it is happening for a reason. You know, God sends down different beings to enlighten us in different forms, and therefore creating religions, therefore creating a structure, and for people to be able to understand, they want to feel like they belong to something, and so everybody goes to a religion. But I know you don't like talking about this, but you're highly empathic, and your brother will always be right there guiding you, and if you feel something is off, he's telling you it's off. And I know you don't like hearing this, but I have to say this, on the way here, I kept hearing people talk to me, but I told them they can't do that because Beck doesn't like it. And remember, we were in the car, and I'm going to share this with everybody because they need to understand how real it is. And I told you I kept seeing the number 33, 333 all over the place.
Can I ask you a question?
I saw it just now, 333.
When you see the three numbers in a row all the time, 12, 12, 11, 11, like just nonstop, what the fuck does that mean?
So your angels are communicating with you constantly. So I would consider your brother one of your angels, right? Your guide, your spirit guide, we would call him, because now he's in the spirit form, right? And I would consider my family and my starseed family, which is ancient alien beings, they guide us in different ways, right? So when you see synchronicities, they're called, or a specific...
But nonstop.
It's because you're nonstop being guided, like you're being told what to do next, or you're being shown. Like 1111 always has to do with an awakening or a new portal, a new door, energetic pathway is opening up for you. So let's say you're like creating something, right? Like you did the video. This happens to me. I'll create something, and then all of a sudden I'll see like 2, 2, 2. I'm like, 2 represents balance, right? So when it generates in threes, it's a frequency of 3. That's a higher vibration of balance. So you're either coming into balance or you're balancing your life out, and you're doing a great job, and they're encouraging you. 1212, I see that all of the time. That is your angels telling you whatever you have going on here, the next step is going to be big, so we're leading you to make you understand, to prepare for it, right? Everything you're doing, you're being guided. You are never alone. When I'm in the shower, I am 100,000% sure there's 2 perverts on that corner. There's 2 of the other guys fighting those perverts, telling them to leave her alone. There's one in the shower with me touching my butt, and God knows what else he's doing. This is why I have a problem masturbating. We are never alone. Just last night, I could not bust a nut to save my life because I know right around me is all a bunch of spirits.
And you're saying these are people that passed already?
100%. They visited me in my dream last night. My whole generation of family last night. Because here's the shit I'm telling you about. On the way from the bar, right? On the way from the bar, I was going home in the car. And I do these little like mini things where I record myself talking sometimes. And I always hear voices in the background like, hey, or I'll hear somebody say something all the time. And people can hear it. It was on my podcast. People have heard it, seen it, felt it, right? And I'm on the way talking to myself. And I'm actually talking to my family. And what was I saying to them? But I know you guys think a certain way. I know you might be Muslim, you might be Albanian. If you're going to help me and guide me in this lifetime, spirit guides, ancestors, loved ones, fathers, uncles, aunts, if you're not here to help me, get the fuck out of my way. I told them all in the car. Because sometimes I feel like because of their thought, their mentality, they're guiding me, but they're stopping me from doing certain things because it's wrong. It's not the right way. Nothing's wrong or right. It's what I want to do. Don't get it twisted for a second that not only are humans, I am not afraid of nothing and no one, especially human beings that hate on me. Because let me tell you something. I have battled demons. I've looked them in the face like this, like face to face. So a human being standing up in front of me, I'm like, all right, like, wait, what are you gonna do? Like, shoot me? I'm not afraid of death. None of it. I'm like, what? That's why I walk around happy, no problems, no worries. That's why I'm single, because nobody's gonna tell me how to live my life. If you don't like what I'm doing, take a fucking walk. I don't have the time for it.
See, that's the part I don't understand.
I got shit to do.
Yeah, you don't like me. You don't like my show. You don't. Why do you waste your energy, man?
They waste their energy back.
Listen, I write comments sometimes on videos.
I do all the time.
But
I'm always positive, though. Always.
But it's not like, it'll be, maybe even when it's negative, it's not in a nasty way.
No, it's like constructive criticism.
Yeah, I'm like,
right?
why this or why? Like, does it bother me? It did in the beginning. I was like, especially when you see it coming from your own people.
Look, man, my own people, I love them so much. But the ones that are out of the matrix and awake, we rock together. The ones that are not, listen, you stay in your little house, go clean up, go to a dasma, go put on your dress and your shoes, and that's your whole life. That wasn't enough for me. I'm sorry. I want more.
Whoa,
and
shots
I feel like
fired.
Shots fired because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you right now, those are the motherfuckers that are pointing their fingers at us. Those are the people that point their fingers at us. I'm not just talking about Albanians. I'm talking about people with no life. All you do is sit home, go to Walmart, argue with your wife. You don't get your dick sucked. You're not having sex. You're not happy. Your house looks like shit. Like, don't come pointing at me because you ain't got nothing better to do, bitch. I don't care what anybody has to say about me. I don't care if you're Albanian, Russian, Jewish, Egyptian. I don't care. I don't care because I already, guess what? I lived my life for all of you. And guess what? When I did, I almost died because of it. I killed myself over it. When I lived for them. When I lived for them, I killed myself. Now that I'm living for me.
So how long did it take you to get out of that world? So you did the whole reality TV thing, right?
And everything.
And that shit was crazy.
Reason.
Listen, that shit was
First
crazy.
Albanian woman ever to have a reality show in
And
America.
fucking beat some ass, too.
Right.
I mean.
Show everybody what Albanian girls really do.
And that's just our women. Imagine
we don't just clean.
Listen.
We beat ass, too.
Like, kind of kept up the street credibility, you know?
You know what I'm saying? I'm from Staten Island, too. I wasn't about to show my face out there, and everybody's like, oh, this bitch, she embarrassed. Get her out of here. Like, I'm not going to be, what's her name from MTV, Angelina from MTV. She's from Staten Island. She embarrassed us, you know what I'm saying? She went on that show and made a fool out of herself. What are you going to do, bitch?
Talking about Jersey
Call
Shore?
me. Yeah, that show was pathetic. But anyway, whatever.
I'm
this is what the...
I'm kind of friends with Paulie D.
No, I don't give a fuck. This is
I hung
what
out
these
with the guy. He's
networks...
cool. He's a smart motherfucker. Yeah.
Right. No, he's very smart. Yes, his hair, though. He's just got to...
I wish I had his fucking hair, yo. I would have to wear this hat.
He's got to, put it down.
This fucking hat I got to wear.
I can't deal with that look. The tan and the muscles.
I'm going back to Classic Beck. Classic Beck. Shout out to my sheepies.
Oh.
We're going back to Classic Beck. Look at this fucking hair. This little hair I have left.
At least you got hair left, bro. So, like I was saying, look, and that's not... What I was just saying has nothing to do with anger or towards anybody. It's just the point of, in this lifetime... I recognize something. I've been burned at the stake in past lifetimes. I've been judged and people have come after me. I know that's happened to me in previous lifetimes. Nobody sleeps with a gun under their bed, paranoid, thinking someone's going to come through their window every night.
I'm not the only one?
No, you're not, because in past lifetimes you were killed in a situation where you feel like you have to be on defense all the time.
I've been sleeping with that shit for a while, especially since COVID. I don't know what the fuck it is.
But now you know what I'm saying? You got to understand, this lifetime you're not here for that. In this lifetime, I've recognized something that I probably didn't in all my other lifetimes. What will be, will be.
No matter what.
No matter what.
I agree.
It will be. And I promise you guys, all this fear, the world's going to end. Listen, if I got COVID, let's say tomorrow, I'm sorry, I hate to say this.
You had it already, though.
Yeah, but if my mother, let's say somebody died from something, right? Today I've learned that death is only a transition. And as much as we like people are fearing death, you have to understand
it's going to happen no matter what.
Death is a very necessary part of our evolution. If we do not die as human beings, we cannot evolve, therefore ascending our spirit and becoming ascended masters, to the level of Jesus, because he came here perfect. That wasn't his first lifetime. He's been here many lifetimes to achieve that perfection.
People ask, here's what I ask you. I feel very different theologically. When you call upon spirits, me, I only call upon the one power. That's where me and you are very different.
I don't call upon no spirits.
I call upon, but I saw you praying before we started.
No, that's not a prayer. That is, I'm directing my spirits to guide me the way I want to be guided, so that they don't take action and do it themselves. Because if I allow them to take over, that's me. So I have to tell everybody, this is what I want. I'm in the love and the light. Anyone else, and I'm saying that connecting to Source God, anyone else who's getting in the way, you got to move right now. This is my time.
So where do you learn this knowledge, for example? Let's say people want to study what you believe. How do you learn?
This is a self-learned, guided knowledge that I had to go through a spiritual awakening to get this knowledge.
What did you do, meditate?
I went through hell.
So let's do this. You did I'm going to sum it up in a second. Mm-hmm. You did the crazy reality show. Mm-hmm. The shit was crazy.
That's what brought me to my
There was a lot of fucking fighting, arguing, emotional
exactly
stress that came out of that. Then you're in the public eye. I can only imagine what the fuck you went through, to be honest. Mm-hmm. And I really don't wish fame on anyone. Yeah, I've had many debates with Al. I'm like, to be honest with you, brother, sometimes I feel like just pulling the fucking
especially plug. That kind of fame.
Exactly.
It's being known to be.
I did a couple fucking my show. If you really look at my show, the absolute message of it is that I'm not the judge of these people that come on my show. I don't think anyone has the right to judge anybody, but the one that put the soul in my body.
Even, can I just say, and I know you're not going to agree with this, God doesn't judge us either. God is watching us learn lessons. Actually, we're essentially teaching God lessons by being here, because we are all made in his image, right? Am I right? We're all made in God's image, right? I
don't know about that.
Well, okay. Well, God has sent us here to...
I don't think God's some guy on a throne that we kind of
No, he's not. Like. It.
I don't think there's even a word that can describe
God is not a human or not. God is energy, source, creator, divine.
The power of all powers.
God is everywhere. This is God. Everything you see is God. We are God. Do you understand? When I say we are God, people get it wrong. When someone says, I am God, they think they're like, oh, this person's saying they're God. No. I'm made in God's image, which means that I am a part. I am one with God. I am one with God. That's why I say I'm one with everybody. I am you. You are me. I am every culture, every religion, every race. I am all of it. I don't consider myself white, black, Albanian, Muslim, bisexual, straight, none of it, because I am everything. I am literally everything, and everything is me. And this is why since my spiritual awakening, have learned to respect everything. And I'm not perfect, because, I do some bad things too. I balance it though. Before I did a lot of bad, no good. Today, if I want to do a little something bad, for months later, I'll do good deeds. I'm just that type of person who likes to balance my life today. I have fun, but I work very hard to help heal as many people as I can. But through that healing that I give to them, I'm giving myself the same healing, because everyone, listen, I speak to people and they'll be like, I knew this already. Everything you're telling me, I knew. I'm like, I'm not telling you as a medium, as when I read tarots, because I stopped doing the tarot card readings because I don't need them anymore. I just read people just off the top right now. So I tell people, I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. I'm here to tell you who you are, that you already know. I'm just bringing...
Your true self, as they say.
Your
higher
self. There is a higher you up there. Look, I've had dreams about this. we're all sitting in an auditorium. People are sitting in the auditorium, and they were watching me on a big screen. And they were like cheering me
And you know,
on.
to lie about dreams is a deadly sin in
I
Islam.
don't lie about my
I'm
dreams.
saying, though.
Yeah, well, whatever
When you
it
study
is.
the stories of Joseph, the prophet Joseph, peace be upon him, he's in all three faiths. And especially in the religions of Christianity and Islam, his power, right? Every prophet had a superpower, right? His was to
Right.
interpret dreams, right?
And I do all of it.
So we know for a fact from the theological perspective, right? Even if we don't agree with all of your, your
Right.
thoughts and
Views,
philosophies,
yeah.
we do agree on one thing. Dreams are very important, but not all dreams.
Not all dreams. No,
There's three types.
I don't know how you see it, but I want to hear your.
The first are just the thoughts that the brain processes.
Right, your consciousness.
The
through
second
the
are the
day.
ones that are inspired by the demonic realm.
Not demonic,
AKA nightmares.
Just retarded spirits. Let's
Nightmares.
call it
You
that.
call them spirits, I call them demons.
Okay, but here's the thing. The word demons is when you think of the word demons, you think
Because in English, all of them are
scary,
bad.
crazy
Yeah,
person.
and they're not all bad. I
No,
agree.
and
Even
not
Islam
only that,
says that not all of them are
right,
bad.
Even the jinn, there's jinn that.
That's
pray
what I'm
with you,
saying.
that
There's
over
good
your
ones and
shoulders.
bad
Yeah,
ones.
there's good
Okay,
jinn. and
they
bad.
have free
Jinn
will.
were the first ones on
Actually,
the demons.
there was another creature before them. We
Well,
don't know nothing
whatever.
about them.
Guess what? I believe that jinns are aliens, but nobody listens
Well,
to
no,
me.
they're
you know what
going
I'm
to
saying?
make the bad ones make us think that they're aliens.
But here's the thing.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was
It's
that he
to make
made
me
us think
believe
that
that
we're
he's not
aliens.
real.
No,
Bullshit.
to make us believe they're aliens. That's the next
Okay,
plot.
no. But what do you think the ancient?
We got to slow down here because this is a lot of information.
Okay, let's stop.
Let's
Let's
finish
stop
the
for
dream
one
thing.
second.
Let's
Okay, the
finish the
dream
dream
thing.
thing.
Okay, the
And
dream
we're going to
thing.
get to aliens in a second.
Wait, yeah, we gotta get to aliens.
The
We
third
have
type
to
of
get to
dream are
aliens.
the ones that come from the Creator. And
Okay.
I've had those.
Perfect.
Where you see a crystal clear dream. It's literally a warning.
And you wake up like
a
you know
warning or a
everything.
premonition. And sometimes it's not good news. Like somebody's about to pass away. I had that happen to me
I've
2
had
years
it
ago.
happen a lot.
Okay, and I woke up and I was calm and I go, oh my God, somebody's going to die. Sure enough, later, 3 to 4 days later, my very young cousin just, boom, died. Okay, out of nowhere with no health complicate, nothing, just dropped dead. It was devastating. I cried when I found out she passed. I cried even more realizing that I was warned in the dream before it happened. Because the dream I saw, I mentioned the words that you say when someone passes away. Crystal clear. You don't say that. What's the odds of you dreaming something like that right before someone very close to you passes away?
Very, very little.
So we know there's three types of dreams. We also know the more connected you are to what you call source, I call God, the more your dreams start to come true. We also know towards the end of time, based on Christianity and Islam, as we get closer to the end, the Antichrist, as they call it, the imposter that will come towards the end of time based on these religions, those that are of the righteous will start dreaming almost every day, and their dreams will come true. Do you have any arguments against that, or do you think that can be?
I agree with you fully because in my dream state, I am able to determine. I astral project like crazy. Like I go to different places in my dreams. I visit aliens. I visit humans. I visit.
And what do these aliens look like?
The little girl that comes to me a lot. She's really beautiful. She's got like really almond shaped eyes.
Do
And
they look like the
blonde hair.
movies?
No, nothing like it. If you've ever seen the Pleiadian alien, they have like blue eyes and blonde hair, and those are like that. They're from the Seven Sisters, which is the planetary system. Pleiadian.
How the fuck you guys get all these names? I got a
Planet
friend of
system.
mine. Shout out Disco Dave. You and Disco Dave got to sit down. He's on 105.1.
It's a planetary system. It's the Seven Sisters, the seven stars that are together, and they're called the Seven Sisters. It's the Pleiadians. And so you have the race Anunnakis, right, which you got reptilian race. Remember, in the back of our brain, what do you think this part of our brain is called?
It's the
reptilian brain, right.
And we got to get people out of that brain into
Right.
their other brain.
The reptilian brain is the that's
flight or fight.
Exactly. This part is the enlightened part. You want to bring it to the
Emotional part.
Really, you want to bring it to the pineal gland.
You know why I know about that? When you sell shit like I've sold shit, you got to understand how the brain works. Otherwise, you're never closing a deal. If you keep a customer in the reptilian brain, their fight or flight, they're never pulling out the credit card. You have to bring them into the emotional part of their brain where they feel happy and they get excited.
Yeah.
And that's what creates action.
Yeah, that's how like
I forgot what
it's
it's called,
all
that
the
part of the
lights
brain.
and all that in Atlantic City. They draw people in there and make them, stay there longer.
Ding, 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 ding,
They
ding,
make
ding.
it colder. The carpets are colors so to keep you awake.
Everything. The
All right.
music.
So talking about dreams. Okay. Now, for instance, okay. So when I have dreams, a lot of the times, it's like weird because in my dream state, there's always like a guide there, right? Like there's always one person waiting on the corner for me to complete whatever I'm doing. Either I'm learning something or I'm seeing a lesson or I'm seeing some people do stuff. And I get taken to a lot of different places in my dreams, a lot of different places. But mostly I do know one thing is that we all get a chance to learn from our mistakes. The choice is yours if you want to do it here in this body, which is easier. It's harder because it's a faster program. It goes faster and it's like a shock to the system. And if you do it in the spirit realm, when you leave your body, it is harder and longer because remember, there is no time and space in. We are the only ones that deal with the concept of time and space, humans. Ancient alien beings and all that, they don't. We are all connected to an ancient alien ancestor or being, right? You know, if you hear like the Mayan people and all that, they always talked about the star gods came down and, you know, they came down and this, that. That's what they did. All people that had like a connection with something, 100%. You're calling them aliens, but I call them our starseed family. Now, there's good guys and there's bad guys in every situation. I believe there are demons. I believe there are aliens. I believe there's bad energetic aliens. There's good energetic aliens. I experienced something that I'm going to talk about that people need to hear about. So you could call it incubus, succubus, whatever you want to call it. I strongly believe that a lot of us make contracts with different entities or beings or wherever our soul's from. And that's why I don't believe I'm going to hell or heaven. When I die, I always say I'm going to go home, wherever I'm home, wherever my home is originated from, because I was definitely sent down here on a mission, because I know that for a fact. And there's a lot of people who feel that way. They're just afraid to say it because it sounds egotistical, but it's not. When you recognize that everything you've done thus far in your life has either impacted or changed many people or yourself, you understand that you're here on a specific mission. My specific mission is to bring enlightenment to people, not on a Jesus level, but on a hood level. You know what I'm saying? Like I cater to the people that nobody wants to deal with. You know what I'm saying? The gangsters and the thugs and the crazy bitches and the psychos. You know, I deal with those motherfuckers. Like you got to be a straight up thug to deal with spirit like that, because every time I do a reading, somebody either got shot or stabbed or it's always something like out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? The people that are drawn to me, that come to me, they come to me for a reason. I tell people all the time, if you came to me for a reading, there's something in your life that's ending. It's coming to an end and you need somebody to push you towards that ending. A lot of people have come to me when their marriage was over. A lot of people. And turns out like after a reading with me, I didn't make their marriage end, but I have the gift of telling people to release and let go. It's finally time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I tell people all the time, are you sure you want me to hang out with you and your wife or you and your husband? Because if there's imperfections there, they're all going to come out. Now, they could come out for the better or they could come out for the worse. That's not up to me. That's you guys. You decide that. But when I go around couples, I happen to bring something out of them where I automatically become their therapist. I'm in the middle like this. I just came to have a coffee. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, she's like, yeah, but you don't love me and you don't do that. And he's like, and I'm just sitting there like, and I'm just like, in my mind, I'm talking to spirit and I'm like, all right, okay, let's bring it down. And some couples have become so strong after being with me and being in that situation, and some have broken completely apart. Completely.
Fucking divorce rate in Staten Island going like this because of flow.
Yeah, you know how many Albanian women call me? And men. Just last week I did like 4 Albanian guys who they were just like, they can't no more. Like they can't live this Albanian lifestyle. Like they're tired of doing what their mom wants them to do and this and that. And a couple of them have changed their lives because of what I said. And it's not because of what I said. It's because I'll tell them straight out. Who died of pancreatic cancer? Okay, that's your dad? Okay, he's saying this, that. Everything I hear, I just repeat. I don't even question it.
There's people that will say this on the record, that you were on the money when you did it.
What? You know how many people if you ever look at my Instagram, I repost comments and messages I get every day. I can't believe that reading. It was so everybody. Oh, there was only one bitch who didn't like my reading, and you want to know why? Because she was a corny asshole. That's why. And I sent her back the money and told her to shut the fuck up. I didn't want to do her reading from the get. I was like, I don't like her energy, something about her. And then she was like, I'm just going to say you rushed through that tarot card reading. And I did rush through it because I don't like you. So I just gave you what you wanted because you wouldn't leave me alone. Everybody else, not one person has ever complained. They pay $250 an hour for me. That's cheap. Just gonna say that's cheap. It's $150 an hour, and because I'm that good, I'm not Teresa and all these mediums you see. I don't give a shit about their date of birth, what time they died. I'm gonna just say things that I tell them. Tell me things that they'll know it's you at least. You know what I'm saying? Like how you died, or like a feeling I'll get, and like I'll talk about something that's happening in a person's life. When I do mediumship, I've asked Spirit, if you're gonna come through to me, first of all, don't bring me no drama and no bullshit. I'm here to help the person. I'm here to help a person enhance their life.
But you know what the religious would say?
The religious.
I'm gonna be the other side.
I'm a witch
I gotta
and
be
I'm
the other
gonna burn
side.
in hell.
I have to. They say that the jinn, the demonic realm, they have a longer lifespan than we do. They follow us from the moment we're born.
Right.
That's a fact.
Okay, so where are you going with this? Because I want to hear it.
So when you communicate with them, they will give you information that no one else has because they followed that person.
Okay. And if they were jinn and they're bad, what's
and if
their
you
goal?
communicate with them, in essence, you're going against some pretty serious shit from the fundamentals
100%.
of the religion.
Let me tell you something. When I
Where
first
imams probably would say, stay away from her. She's a witch.
right.
Literally a witch.
But then again, when I was like 14, I went to an imam who told me my future. And he was a imam in a mosque. And he gave me a prayer to go at home because he told me, you know what he told me? When I was 14, I went there. Everybody went there to him for healing and everything. He was an imam.
Yeah, but what kind of imam?
He was a Muslim.
There's many
Islamic,
different divisions of Islam.
It doesn't matter. He was, put it this way, he was a holy man, and there was a line outside to see him for healing. People were healing all types of illnesses with him. Turns out one of my uncles did that actually on my father's side. My mom told me recently that we had somebody who was like a town healer in my family, and I get it because I'm the same way. I'm a healer.
There's a lot of that shit over there.
So listen, he told me when I went there, I walk in and he goes to me, oh my God, light a cigarette. And I'm like, what? I'm 14 years old. He's like, just light it, because he believed that it takes away the bad spirits. So I lit it and I'm like puffing on it, and he takes a piece of pen and paper, which is what I do when I do mediumship.
No Orthodox imam would do this shit.
Let me just tell you something. He didn't tell me my future. All he did was show me what he sees in front of him. So he kept going like this, making lines on the paper. And I was like, what is he doing? When I tell you he filled up this line and the next thing with lines like this, and he told me, you're going to have so many people watching you, your life. He goes, you're going to make a big difference in this world. I don't know what you're going to do, but it's going to be amazing. That's all he told me. Nothing crazy. Now watch. You could say the jinn and this, the jinn to that. If I have jinn giving me information, they're helping me heal people, because people go from coming to me so broken, hating themselves, I'm ugly, I'm worthless, to leaving empowered, feeling good about themselves, connecting to God more. So why would the jinn help me help people? Why? If they were jinn. In the beginning, when I first started doing it, I believe strongly I was connecting to shit that I was like, oh no, this is not good. Until I fully immersed myself in the love and the light energy and made it very clear boundaries.
So you don't believe in the end of this earth? You don't believe in Judgment Day?
Nope. I just don't. I don't.
Based on,
I believe what you believe is exactly what you're going to experience.
But
because your consciousness
so
lives on.
I mean, but technically you're not a Muslim then.
Okay, fine. If you're
I'm
conscious,
saying, I'm
okay.
just
So
clarifying.
somebody yesterday said to me, "Why did you leave Islam?" Like as if it was a gang, and I got jumped in, and then I had to get jumped back out. What are you talking about? How did you leave Islam? Nobody beat me into this. Like I was born a Muslim, whatever you want to say, right? Here's the thing that I'm trying to explain to you, though. Consciousness lives on. So
That's a fact.
If you believe something in your mind, if your consciousness lives on, then wouldn't you thus therefore continue to see that when you pass on? So what I believe will be created in my mind, and if my consciousness lives on, that's what I'll experience when I transition into another dimension. So for now, I'm in this dimension. I'm in this little rat race of a...
The dunya.
Yeah, this is
The lowest
the
level.
Matrix, and I'm in this little rat race. I just got to finagle it real quick. And I do know that. This is why I'm great, because I'm in the light, but I also got a lot of smart darkness in me. I could play the devil, I could play the angel, because I am the devil and I am the angel. You're the devil, you're the angel. He's a devil, he's an angel. Everybody's got both inside of them. And I got to tell people all the time.
Both wolves.
And they got to tell people all the time, listen, I used to blame God for shit. I used to blame the devil for shit until I realized they cannot. It's like, you ever watched the movie Constantine? They can only whisper things in your ear. It's up to you if you want to do it or not.
It says it in the Quran. It says the devil says, all I did was invite them.
Right.
I
And
only
God
invited
too.
them.
Listen, God too. God sends angels to give you messages. Don't do that. That's not good. And you just listen. How I explain it is the demonic devil, whatever you want to call it, they're a little bit louder. They have like a louder, because they don't stop. They just keep going and going. That's their job. Let the haters hate. Do their job. Let the haters hate. You have to. This is what I do when I'm doing readings and all that. I tune all that out, and I put like an energetic block on them. If let's say we were drawing something, I would draw a wall. They're not allowed to come through it. That portal is closed. You're not allowed here. Right now, I'm listening to somebody and they're talking to me about something, and get the fuck out of my face. And you set boundaries with spirit just like you do with humans. You're not going to allow Robert to come into your house, are you? So you ain't going to just allow just any spirit. Alien, I don't care. Demon, you don't scare me, bro. I've literally looked at a demon in the face like he had no face. He was staring at me. He was like, I'm going to get you, bitch, with this voice. And I was just like, but are you going to do it, or are you just going to stand here?
In this dimension or in your dream?
No, I was awake, fully awake. I didn't just see that. I saw them torturing my father. They showed me my father in hell. They play out your worst fears in front of your face like a holographic image. So they played out a whole scenario for me. I would get raped on the daily when I was 17 years old in my sleep. I would wake up in the middle of the night, my hands would be down. I'm getting legitimately fucked. Like somebody was on top of me, holding me down.
The shadowy figures. Right?
I didn't see anything. All I felt penetration. Somebody was holding me down. I was being sexually assaulted in my sleep for a year straight, to the point where I went to the doctors, which is the first mistake we all make, and was like, what's happening with me? He said, it's called sexsomnia, and some people experience, and it's paralysis, and blah, 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 blah. Then when I recognize it's a spiritual thing.
100%. I believe there's spiritual sicknesses that people are trying to find the cure in this dimension. Mm-hmm. Like the evil eye, for example.
Right. The evil eye that's the eye of Horus, and just like Amen comes from Amen Ra.
I'm not talking about from that. So I'm talking about when people transfer that fucking shit to you.
Yeah, but you know what?
That shit's real.
Here's the thing. It's very real.
Yeah, I know. I had it on me.
That's why you have to listen.
And when you're public.
Let me see your hand really quick. Just real quick. Your right hand. I just want to see if you have I want to see if you have something on your right palm. That's all I want to see. The mark of the psychic. Let me see it. Bring it.
You know, I don't fuck with this shit. I don't fuck with this shit. I don't want no readings.
Look at that. Look at the X. You have the mark of the psychic empath. This is what I'm trying to say. Nobody understands. We are, our hand, our palmistry, all of that it is literally a fucking blueprint of our past lives. So
what is that shit called? The Ash records or whatever the fuck?
Astral dimension?
No, the Ash files or whatever the fuck people say.
Akashic records.
The fuck is that?
Do you know what that is? You know when people say, before I died, I saw my life flash before my very eyes. You hold a basis of an Akashic records inside of you, who is controlled by Archangel Metatron, who is also with
Where the
Archangel
fuck you
Michael.
get all these names?
Metatron, Gabriel, Michael.
It sounds like transfer. I'm not trying to knock you.
Babe, the Quran talks about these angels too.
Michael, but not Megatron. What the fuck? That sounds like Transformers.
Metatron, and he is the Akashic records
Sounds
holder.
like fucking Transformers.
He deals with sacred geometry. Okay, sacred geometry. Science and religion and.
But what about when the books say these angels came down during Babylon? They taught man with human beings what they weren't supposed to know.
So those were
maybe
aliens.
You learned some of this knowledge.
Those were alien beings.
From the Islamic perspective.
Okay.
And the Christian perspective.
Okay, so
technically, what's considered what you're doing right now is considered that you're fucking with shit you shouldn't be fucking with.
It doesn't matter, because guess what? I broke through that black hole that
and
everybody's
I'm trying
in.
to clarify all
and
this.
I'm trying to clarify it for everyone else too. I understand what you're saying. I literally had to break through that thinking because it's programmed inside of us. And can I just say, and this is my theory, please don't take offense to it. I truly believe that when people say, like, for instance, Enoch and Noah and all that, when they say that God came down on a thing with propellers, God came down on a spaceship and told you to God don't need no fucking spaceship. God is God. If God wants to come down here and see you, he'll just arrive. Just like Archangel.
He don't even need to come.
Archangels, right. So everybody who's ever said that an angel or God came to speak to them, it's always been in a craft or something of some kind. That's not God, boo-boo. You were talking to somebody, but it ain't God. I just got to clarify that to you. The sky gods, they came down in their ships. And
chariots.
They call them, right. No.
But I don't believe that.
That's not God. Those are alien beings that came down in spacecrafts.
Okay, so since we're on this alien shit, my theory is very different than yours.
Everybody's got their own.
Okay, I think people talk about the Great Awakening. I think we're about to have the greatest deception ever.
No, stop.
Listen,
This is the deception that you're being taught.
Decepticons.
This and exactly. I fucking hate you.
Decepticons.
This is what we're being.
But here's
taught,
my thing.
though.
Why all of a sudden, Uncle Sam, they're releasing these videos
Of what?
Midemek, as the Albanians say, quotation marks. Flying craft that's unexplained, UFOs and all this shit. Because I don't trust these.
They're not just releasing it. These things have been
So
out
what's the
for
plan?
a very
I
long time.
understand
There
that.
is no. Listen, whatever plan that they have, everybody's got a different agenda. Just trust me when I tell you. I know this to be very, very true, that there are different beings with different agendas. Now,
So what the fuck? Who runs the world here?
there's
Who runs
nobody
this world?
nobody in particular runs the world. It's run by.
No, we were
it's
just put into our houses like
chaotic.
animals
Yeah,
for 2 years.
Exactly.
That's when people, I think, woke up that are awoken.
No. Look,
and realized
COVID,
that
you guys are. COVID is not the first thing we've experienced. There was
I
the Black
understand,
Death,
though,
the this,
man,
the
I get
that,
it.
SARS. Come on,
But
guys.
it
AIDS
wasn't by
epidemic.
accident.
It's just COVID. It's just a thing that had to happen because everybody was out of control. And sometimes you got to slow people down because everybody's like little rats going to work. I got to make my money. I got to do my 9 to 5. I have to do this. I have to. So God said, everybody hold the fuck up. And everybody got slowed down. And what happened? The masses have been awakened, have left relationships, have either been abused or left this
life.
So you're saying the biggest deception, but when you're in the light and you understand that God is the only force that you should ever either have faith in or think can destroy anything, and if God, the creator of everything, wants to destroy everything, there's a reason for it. And so why put all of these fears and this like, oh my God, COVID, and oh my God. The people that passed from COVID, it was their time to go. They would have died from COVID, a bus hit. It doesn't matter.
I believe that.
We all have
It
a
says
fucking
if
destiny,
it's your time,
guys.
nothing can delay it,
Right.
and nothing can speed
Right.
it up.
And people want to be like, my dad died from COVID. I get it. I know you're sad. And my condolences to you. But remember, your dad probably needed to go. Like, it was time for his spirit is needed somewhere else. You know, they say angels, the good die young and all that. And they say that for a reason. It's not that the good die young and the bad live forever. It's not that. There are specific missions and things that you come here for. Once that mission is completed, it's like, Super Mario Brothers. You complete that level, you go to the next. Once you're done with it, when you get to the end of the game, what do you do?
So you believe in reincarnation?
1,000%.
So you're definitely not a Muslim. You're not.
Bro, I'm not anything. I'm not anything.
You don't really, you're not in any
I'm
organized.
neutral. Listen, how could I be a Muslim or a Christian?
You study them, but you're not.
I love them all. I respect
Because from the
every
Islamic
religion.
perspective, the Christian perspective, your soul is eternal.
All of it.
You are who you are forever.
Right.
What you're saying is very different. It's more in line with Hinduism.
So if your soul is eternal and you are who you are forever, so do you not believe that we come down here in different avatars to experience different things and become ascended and learn lessons and keep stepping forward like as Jesus and Muhammad and the Buddha did? That was not their first lifetime, Muhammad, Jesus, or Buddha. All of them seeked enlightenment. What do you think they were doing in caves, meditating? meditating.
They all did meditate. That's a
Every
fact.
single one of
Okay,
them.
but how does that prove to me they had more than one life?
Because you have to go through many lifetimes to become there where they were as prophets and leaders. You have to experience things. You can't just be sent down here as a baby soul and be like, go. Baby souls, you can tell how they are because they're still like, whatever, life is just normal, right? And then you got experienced, advanced souls who talk about things like this, who to the normal person, I sound crazy, but if you bring me around a scientist like
Stephen Greer.
no, this guy. Yeah, somebody like him, exactly. Like for him, for instance, which I have his C5 contact app in my thing. And by the way, Stephen Greer learned everything. He says attributes everything that he learned today from aliens, just so you know that, because I have his C5 contact app in my phone, which I did with my Angel Squad members, and we went to try to contact aliens. And every time we put that camera on, it kept shutting off on us. Like they were like, you're not recording us. Like, you can experience us, but you can't show everybody because people are not ready. They're not ready for it. They're not. We are not ready as a lot of us aren't. So here's the thing. Another thing. Why do you think they haven't come down? When they say the second coming of Christ and all that, that's not the second coming of Christ. That's an alien, another being, alien, whatever you want to call them, a being, right? Interdimensional, interstellar, different energetic source being, whatever it is, comes down here. Immediately, what are people going to say? God, and they'll bend down on their knees like idiots, you know? So that's why they're like, we have to wait till they know the truth in order for us. They had been helping us since day one. When Hiroshima went to Hiroshima, when they went to ignite that nuclear weapon, and the fucking button wouldn't work. Like whatever they pressed, no matter what they did, they kept shutting it off. Those are our protectors. The
I have
watchers.
no idea what the story you're talking about.
Okay, well, a lot of people will. The watchers are protectors, the watchers. They talk about that in the Bible. You know, even the Quran talks about things you have to just read between the lines, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of information that people don't understand because man has had his hand in everything, even the Quran. Sorry, I hate to tell you guys. Let me just enlighten you real quick. God himself did not write the freaking Bible, did not write Quran. A man did. And therefore, a man is going to put his input. And his Constantine, for instance, on the Bible, when he was having a battle with the Romans, he said...
My understanding, he was Albanian, too.
Listen to this. He saw a cross in the sky, right? And
Illyrian, I should say.
Okay, well, he saw a cross in the sky, and he said he heard God's voice tell him, put this on the shields of your soldiers, and with this cross you will conquer. So there, he became a Christian that day, right? He was
He was the one to spread it around the world.
right. So and then when he came, he was given all this information and the Bible, and he was given it to as it was. He read it, and this is a true story. He read it, and he looked at the Pope or the priest or whoever it was, and he was like, "We can't keep this in here." He goes, "Why? We can't give people this knowledge and this information. Then I can't be a leader. I can't lead people." So I'm going to tell you another thing. Everybody's changed things for their own agendas through time. There is no one organization. You got the Rosicrucians, you got the Skull and Bones, you got the Illuminati, you got every type of. Everybody wants to be a leader. Everybody wants to rule the world, but they can't because they're not God. And this is why I hate when people say God and the devil. How dare you say God has somebody who's equal to him? Like,
not even close, but that's another thing I never
devil,
understood. There's no battle.
There's devils. There's no one devil who, if Lucifer, the fallen angel, was fallen from heaven, how do you ever attribute the fact that he fell down from heaven and then he became as powerful as God? Are you insane? God made him. God, that's God's son, actually, if you really want to talk about it. Jesus and Lucifer are God's son, right? Because he created all of them, right? He created angels to be perfect. So how dare you tell me that the devil is as powerful as God?
Not even a fragment.
This is why I'm trying to say I'm not afraid of nothing.
Because the only power he has is to influence your thought,
right,
or what you would call telepathy.
Exactly, and he doesn't even.
That's why I laugh.
Here's the thing:
listen,
he doesn't even have that power unless you give it to him. Honestly,
listen,
you
they
give
talk
your
about
power away.
when you study Solomon, because I think that's the most important prophet for what you're talking about. Okay, am I wrong?
No, Solomon is a
Peace be upon him. Solomon
used demons. He controlled demons.
He controlled both dimensions.
Right. So
Was his
if you're
superpower.
saying peace be upon Solomon, why wouldn't you feel that way about someone else? Because if
Like who?
Solomon dealt
I feel
with
like that
demons
for all
day.
the prophets.
Okay. All right.
But he commanded them. They did whatever he told them to do.
Right. Just like
He made them dive into the oceans. He built the great temple with their jewels and their pearls.
They do what I tell them to do.
Okay, and that's where the obsession comes, the occult, Aleister Crowley.
Yeah, they took it and twisted it. That's what
And
happens.
they created a new space movement.
Right.
Which is a lot of what you're saying, no offense. Because people believe there's an agenda to convince humanity they were created by aliens.
No, there's all kinds.
There is an agenda for that.
There's all kinds of agendas. There's got to be something like that too. But
So what about Jack Parsons?
I don't know what that is.
Jack Parsons was a student of Aleister Crowley who invented the rockets that...
Aleister Crowley's a moron who went and got herpes and syphilis because he wanted to experience everything sinful. I don't care what he did. He's like a bum
He
loser.
had a big influence, bro.
He's a retard, though. He's an idiot who took something that was sacred and destroyed it, and destroyed people through it, too. He destroyed many lives, many lives. So if people think they became enlightened, because they became stupid because of him. He is not smart. He's not wise. He took something that was sacred and destroyed it. That's what they do. That's what those people do. They take something that is created in a godly form that is supposed to bring enlightenment and knowledge to people, and they destroy it. And then people go, oh, yeah, he's smart. No, but they don't really know that he was just a dirty, disgusting drug addict. That's what he was. Well, I'm not judging because I was there myself, but he purposefully became a drug addict. He's purposely caught diseases, purposefully did nasty shit. He gave diseases to women on purpose just to listen. Those are people that they're retarded. They just want to try shit and then they pretend they're like all cool and enlightened and everybody follows them because people are idiots. And let's really keep it a buck. You got 2% of the people that are like, they know what's up, right? Why do you think all of these like wealthy people, when they talk about this, that, they're not, it's like people think they're evil and shit. Like when Jay-Z does this and he talks about illumination and all that, oh, he's evil, he's working for the devil. That's what we think immediately. You know why? Because you don't have what they have. And so in your mind, you have to create a reason why that's not good. You have to. Wait a minute. He's successful and he believes that he's powerful. Wait, no, this has got to be. It's when the fork was first created, people called it the devil's tool. The fork. It's the devil's tool. When the fork got on a table, people thought it was the devil's tool. When something people don't know what it is, they immediately attribute it to it being evil.
Yeah, well, when they were told to mask up, they did it like little bitches.
And I never did.
And they accepted it right away.
As soon as you were told to, like, that's what I'm trying to say. As soon as you were told to mask up and you did all that, you did it right away. And they saw who they could control and who they cannot control.
So you tell me there's no plan then? There's a plan.
There's a plan from some people, but there's also a plan from the light. The light got a plan too. God has a plan. So I don't care what their plan is. It will never affect me. I'm not a part of that. That world is not real to me.
Don't you feel like this is a chaotic stage right now that's coming?
Right.
A lot of people are going to die.
Get yourself
what do you believe right now, like in your heart of hearts?
I believe that humanity is becoming better, ascending and enlightenment and
Have
peaceful.
you walked around New York City lately?
I don't care what. That's
I think
them.
people are becoming fucking stupid.
That's their world, though. That's their world. In my world, everybody's becoming enlightened. They're loving each other. They're healing. They're transitioning. They're changing from a moth to a butterfly. That's my world. That's all I see. That part is not real to me. It's not my reality. And I don't make it a part of my reality because if I do, I'll be a part of that misery. So I don't even look that way. I don't even turn my back to the misery. I keep your face towards the sun and the shadow will completely disappear. But if you keep looking back at the darkness to see what it's doing, you become a part of that darkness. So you have to fight the shadow and keep looking towards the sun. Follow the light. Keep staying in the light. Otherwise, you become just like everyone else who's stuck there in that sad little world. So if this is the place where this is hell and I have to learn here, I have stepped out of it. I walked out of hell and I'm here. I'm in my state of heaven right here. I don't need to die to go to heaven. I'm already in it. The truth right there. I don't need to die. I'm already in heaven. I'm already in heaven in my mind. You know? Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. You got to understand something. If you truly want to live a happy life and you want to continue a happy life, you can't live with guilt, shame, remorse, or fear. Those are the things that bind us and hold us down. Guilt, shame, remorse, and fear are the worst tools humanity was ever given, and it's what keeps everybody down. having guilt for the things you've done, being fearful of things that will happen to you or might have happened or will or have. Having remorse, oh man, or pity on yourself. I shouldn't have, coulda, woulda. That's where you have spirits that are bound to this earth still, because they're still in that state of mind of remorse, guilt, fear, and shame. Let go of all remorse, all guilt, all fear, all shame, and I promise you, it will make you'll be so much happier. You will be so much happier.
So what is coming up, in your opinion, empathically? I believe only God knows the future, but sometimes we can feel.
I don't know the future. I just feel.
Do you think there's something massive coming soon? And if you do,
yes,
what
a
do you
massive, beautiful shift of enlightenment. And the people that are trying to destroy the world, there will be so many people awakened by that point. It's not happening anytime soon, trust me. God's going to wait till we have a lot of, that's why all these light workers and empaths and starseeds and psychics are finally stepping forward to their divine purpose that they were being bound down from this whole time and lied to and told, you can't study that because it's evil and sinful, you'll go to hell. So now they're all awakening. And by the time the darkness has their agenda unfold, which their agenda is pretty much unfolding already, all the things they wanted to do, but it's going to take a long time for them to do. First of all, they will never reach what they're trying to reach, which is mass destruction, and which is for, like, they have no rhyme or reason for why they want stuff. The darkness. The light, however, has a goal. They have a mission. They want to see the world come together in peace and all that. The darkness is chaotic. Nobody controls each other in the darkness. Everybody's doing whatever they want, right? So if you have people in the light, guess what? They work together. So I'm just going to say this. Imagine there's me, and behind me right now, there's a team of light beings, angels, starseed, empaths. They're all behind me right now in spirit form. And they're all protecting me, and they're guiding me, right? And then you have the darkness. So say somebody who's a bad person, and behind them is all these devils, and that person and all of them are doing whatever they want. One's doing this, one's fucking crawling on the wall, one's here. Nobody's listening to each other. Here, though, it's a team effort. So if I say, you guys, I'm here in this state right now, so if you guys could just go with me and listen to what I'm saying, we work together. It's a team, right? Spirit guide, spirit team, your team of souls that you're sent with here through the form. When you're born, you already have an angel assigned to you, 100%, 2 angels assigned to you. Actually, some people believe 4. The Quran believes you have 4 angels assigned to you when you're born. So when you're born here and you have those team of souls, I truly believe that the light is coming together, and by the time the darkness tries to reach their agenda, there's going to be so many people enlightened and aware, they can never. The darkness never won, and they never will.
How can you explain the prophecies then? That comes so true. For example.
Oh no, I explain.
The prophet said, and I'm speaking about the Prophet Muhammad from the Islamic perspective, and a lot of revelation in the Book of Revelation overlaps with right. Christian and Muslim belief is very similar towards the end of time.
Yep.
That there will be a large loss of life. The world will be in war.
There's nothing new under the sun that's been happening since the beginning of time.
There will be a human who claims to be a prophet, and
it's already happened a million times.
and then claims to be God.
It's happened a billion times.
And that this being
already
will do things that defy all logic, right?
Right.
But some of the signs, for example, Muhammad, for example, is fascinating. The buildings in the Middle East will touch the sky. That's where all the skyscrapers are now.
Hang on. Bro, this natural evolution, if you really think about it, they're saying exactly what is supposed to happen for humanity. They're naturally evolving.
Dishes will talk to each other. And the word he used back then, today they use for satellite dish. He gave 99 very precise signs.
What are you saying?
So my question is, if you're not fully embracing that, but yet he's been so on point with the signs of the end of the world.
I am fully embracing.
He said they will wear musical instruments on their ears and dance. That's a very
That's awesome.
Okay. So if he nailed all that, and he's saying,
and Nostradamus also did the same thing,
he wasn't
and so did the Book of Enoch. Read the Book of Enoch.
I understand that, but he
one.
wasn't even close compared to how accurate this guy was. If you really study the signs of the end of the world,
everybody listen.
So, how could he have known?
Because he was shown.
The future.
Phase,
by who? So, who knows the future unless God showed him?
Is it though? Is it only God who showed him anything?
Who else could have known? Who else could have the?
You don't think somebody like he didn't have people like you said? The way you're making it sound, it sounds to me. It sounds to me like Muhammad was a psychic as well. So I think I'm just like Muhammad.
Yeah, but a psychic's not going to tell you the future.
They do tell you the future. What are you talking about? What do people go to?
Give me an
the
example,
future tell us?
Flo. I'm not attacking you.
I don't think you are. I'm just defending. I'm defending myself as I would with anyone else.
I'm a very spiritual person.
Let me tell you how. If people go to psychics,
I pray to God and God alone.
So can I tell you something?
Yeah.
So like, let's say people come to me for a reading, and this happened many times, and I'll be like, "Well, oh my God, you're gonna meet somebody, and you're gonna go on vacation," and they're looking at me like I have 3 heads, and then
but how soon after?
3 days later, the girl texts me. She goes, "I just met somebody that I've known for a long time again, and he asked me to go to Florida with him next week."
Fuck.
And
I'm joking.
it doesn't matter. The point is,
know.
we're all being, we're all being told things in our ear, right? Every single one of us. Everybody's receiving information constantly.
So the information you get about me, because you've only hung out with me twice. Be honest. Am I being told I'm a good person, a bad person? Like, you wouldn't have been here if it was bad, right?
No, I gotta say, when it came to you, like what I felt strongly was like, it's a mirror of me. It's very a mirror of me. So if I was a male version, I'd probably be a lot like you, right? So if you were a female, you'd be like
in a lot of ways you are like me.
Because we mirror each other, and
like
we're,
as far as being
soulmates.
outgoing,
Everybody's soulmates, right?
Outgoing,
right?
You say what's in your heart. You don't give a fuck, what anyone thinks,
right? And also the feeling and the need that I'm supposed to do something important here,
more than myself, more than about me,
and it's bigger than me. I just can't really put my finger on it, but I'm gonna go with what I'm being guided intuitively to go, because again, your brother, they live vicariously through us, and when they come into the spirit form, they realize everything they didn't get to do here on this planet, and then they see us and they tell us, go do it. And
but if they get reincarnated, you believe in reincarnation, why are they still there? Why aren't they back into the
Reincarnation works like this. If you choose to come back, you can make a choice. You can choose to come here and again learn lessons in another form in different situations, or you can learn them in the spirit world. I know this because I have seen people in the spirit world in school learning. I'll watch them with book bags on, and I'll be in classrooms with them, teaching them. A couple of times I've had dreams like that. A couple of times I've heard people in a classroom talking behind me, and listen, everybody's here to learn. The only way humanity is going to evolve is through learning. And when we learn, we bring everything we learn. We are a source of information, the Akashic Records. Everything we hold in our consciousness and we learn here, we bring it up there, and we're like, all right, so here's my consciousness, what I learned. It's like a program, right? That's why they say the big computer, the eye in the sky, all that stuff. It holds information about every single one of us. If you go to the Akashic Library, people travel there astrally all of the time. They get information from the Akashic Records, and they bring it back here and use it for their own advancement, their own learning. All of these great people, philosophers, prophets, all that information and that knowledge that they learned and shared and got back. We're all. I just got a really heavy feeling over me. Oh my gosh, it's like somebody's sitting on me right now, talking through me. Okay. So all of that information that we learn, it's all constantly revolving. Yes? So I just want to say this. Like, I want to say this. Okay. So when I was like on the... it's hard because I don't know how to say this like without... So everything that you want to do in your life, Beck, just do it. I know that you're thinking about your wife, your kids, your family, Albanians, and all that. Do it. You're gonna do something great in this world, and I already seen it. But make sure, and I'm gonna say this: remain humble throughout this journey, because people will make you feel good about yourself. They're going to make you feel great. I'm seeing you sitting somewhere, and a lot of people are coming up to you right now. Like, I'm watching you sit in the middle of what looks like a...
Stay to the mic.
What looks like... It looks like a banquet, like a banquet type of thing, like where you're getting it's like I'm seeing somebody walk up, receiving an award, right? And everybody's around them, and everybody's there for you. And there's like, bag. You've already done this. You've been famous many, many lifetimes before. This is not your first rodeo, right? So, but the the fear or the that's a pessimism, right? The negative outlook. The reason why it works in your benefit is when you talk about it, a lot of people resonate with it, but don't live it. Share the knowledge, share the information, but don't sit in that energy, because you, as an empathic, highly psychic, highly empathic. I'm not talking about magie and, all that magic. I'm talking about reality. We're all psychics and we're all in tune. But you, as an empath in particular, because your mission is bigger than a lot of people, don't allow other people's thoughts and values and perceptions of you to become your own, and recognize that when you are tapping into certain energies and you feel down, and especially when you're in your home, I'm just going to say, if you're tapping into some down, depressing kind of energy, that's not your energy. You're not feeling yourself. It's somebody else you're feeling there, and you're empathically picking up their energy. For instance, when my mother has a headache, I wake up with my right side of my head pounding. I go downstairs, she has something tied over her head.
They constrict the head, yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's where it is. It's not my headache. I'm feeling her pain, her energy, her depression, her sadness, whatever it is. So you have to, once that happens, step outside of your house and clear it. Just go, and what I mean by clear it? You don't need sage, Palo Santo, all this crazy shit. All you got to do is step outside, ground yourself to earth and say, I clear all that energy. It is not mine. I understand that someone is feeling that way. I feel for them, but I'm not going to feel them inside of me. Once you step out and you release all that energy, you will feel like, I feel, right now I just said that, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like all loose and nice. This is how it works. Empathic people, and everybody's empathic in their own right? But some people have like broken and closed that energetic portal up so well. They've closed that ability so well because it's a defense mechanism, a protective thing. And I always say, if somebody has the psychic X here, the cross on there, it's an X. It means you're highly psychic. I have a whole bunch of them across my hand, but usually right here in the middle.
I got one big.
You got one big
huge
one. I saw it. But under there, do you have a triangle here? Mine was closed, and now it's open. Do I tell you? I just got to.
Here we go again.
Let me just see really quick. Yeah, you do have the triangle here. See? You see that triangle? You see that, right? Like right there, and it's open. So that means that your abilities are open. That means you're very open. Now, some people, I had that, and I was looking at your right palm, right? Okay. I had that, and I swear to you, I'm going to show you. Look. You see this?
It's a bump.
And then you see that right there?
Yeah.
See? And then you see my X's here. I have a whole bunch of them. And then this one was closed. It was closed like that. Not even 6 months ago. Now, there's no line there. Like, I just made a line, but it's fully open. So...
You're telling me this shit can change?
I opened 100%, 1,000.
Fingerprints never change, man.
No, they do. Maybe your fingerprints don't change, no. But these lines on your hand, take pictures of your hand through time, and you'll see things change. But I'm talking about the little details. For instance, if someone has lines a lot of here, I have so many. Look at these lines I have here. You see those lines? I'm able to astral project, which means go to different dimensions, visit people, take back that information, and come here and use it to benefit humanity. Or, in some of it could be bad, but I know I distinguish the difference between it. If you have a lot of lines coming down your finger here, your pinky, you're highly a healer. You're a healer. You can actually heal people with your thought, with your touch, with your hands. You can. Or through action. Voice, yeah. Which is, I really think you are a powerful healer, because...
Preventing suicide, that's healing, no?
What? 100%. Listen, right now, see, when my energy changes, when I didn't understand this, I thought I was ADHD. I was on Adderall. I was on all those medications. I took them all. Because I didn't understand that I was picking up energy and I was tapping into it. And when I talk about this stuff, spirit gets so excited, man. It's like humans, picture it this way. Imagine being... Tears. See what I'm saying? I understand that. That's not me. Imagine living here, right?
You know this bugs a lot of people out, right?
I don't care. People will understand. The real ones will understand. They'll get it. Imagine being a human, being here and living, and then your spirit, you go into the other world or whatever, and people think that's it. You're dead. You're either in heaven or hell, and they forget about you, right? Not understanding that. Do not stand in my grave. Do not stand there and cry. I am not dead. I did not die. Don't stand at people's graves. They're right around you. Their energy is all around you. They're talking to you when you're in the car, for instance. You'll have like this feeling like you're hearing someone talk to you, or you think it's you talking to yourself, but really that's a spirit. Like, they could be loving, kind spirit. Listen, just like they talk to you kindly, your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, obviously bad spirits can do it too. So if you can learn this one secret, that and when a negative thought creeps into your mind, nip it in the butt, cut the head off the snake, like they say. As soon as that negative thought, because when those negative thoughts came into my mind, I was so depressed. I remember being in bed thinking that I would never, ever be normal again. And I went through that, and I understand what you're all going through, and I get it, but you also have to understand it's that negative thinking that keeps us there. Once I became a positively optimistic, really always believing things will work out for me, I became a happy, healthy person. All of these spirit around us, and I'm not talking about like weird magic stuff. I'm telling you that all around you, my child. Look at the movie Pocahontas. She goes up to the tree, she looks at it, and the grandmother tree is talking to her, and then the grandmother tree says to her, child, all around you are spirit. There's spirit animals, there's spirit trees, there's spirit people. Spirit. That's why the Buddhists believe not to tread on the earth, not to hurt things, not to kill spiders and butterflies and bugs and do all that, because everything is experiencing life through different visions. Maybe we were spiders in a past life. What if we were an ant? In India, they feed mice in this one place. It's a temple, because they believe their family members have come back as mice to learn a lesson.
And they cut off their hair too, and then they sell it to us as weaves.
That's why I don't wear eyelash extensions. I don't like to wear makeup. You see me today, I'm at a podcast. I should be hair did up, makeup, nail. I can't. I feel so heavy when I have like mascara. I only put like a little mascara and lip gloss just to like, hey, look at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm really a girl. I swear to God, I'm a real girl. There's no penis down there. I just have the brain of a woman and a man. So, I confuse people. But it's okay. That's my job, to confuse people. And then out of confusion comes clarity. You know what I'm saying? So through the chaos.
Through despair comes enlightenment.
Yeah, exactly. Well, out of chaos comes peace and calmness. You got to go through hell to get to heaven, right? You have to. I always say I barefootedly walked through hell to get people that I love out of there. I've walked through it and I pulled them through the hand, So I just want everybody to understand, whatever you're going through, whatever downness, sadness that you're going through, whatever you're going through. Look, I tried to kill myself before too. It was because I had such negative thoughts and I hated myself.
This is after TV?
After TV. I was a happy-go-lucky person until I got on a show called The Bad Girls Club, which had the devil's horns and the devil tail representing on it. I worked for Hollywood devil idiots, right? And then I recognized, holy shit, this is evil and I can't do this. And so now today, when they asked me to be on this show, The Bad Girls Atlanta, they asked me to be on season 13. They asked me to do marriage boot camp.
13, would you scare that number?
No, not at all. I love that number. 13 has nothing even to do with bad things. It's just people are just retarded. You could say Valentine's Day. People are like, Valentine's Day, it's about love. But on St. Valentine's Day, it was a massacre. They killed like fucking all these people on Valentine's Day, and it was bloody. And then the color red is associated with Valentine's Day because of that bloody incident that happened. And you're over here buying your girlfriend a card and complaining when your man don't get you something on Valentine's Day. I don't celebrate holidays, ever. Not even my own birthday. I'm born every day. I die every night. I wake up every day. I'm death and a rebirth every single day. Every day is a chance. If I did something yesterday, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. Whoops. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's okay. I'll be reborn tomorrow. I could start all over again. Every day is a chance to start all over again. Every day. Clear your consciousness. What happened yesterday? It's a lesson. If you didn't learn something out of it, drop it in the bucket, come back to it later. It's a lesson. And today is a new day. What I did yesterday, I did yesterday. Today, who is Florina today? Who will I be today? You reinvent yourself every day. You're reborn every day. You go through death and rebirth several times in your lifetime. You go through several spiritual awakenings. And you are here to transform from a moth to a butterfly, back to the moth, back to the butterfly, back to the moth. You're going to have ups and downs. That's life. But if you can tell yourself every day, a negative thought comes, don't let it go. Like, keep going. Just cut it off as soon as it comes.
So how do you ground yourself again?
My grounding experiences that I do, and
breathing, meditating.
that is one of the things. But the main thing to do to ground is you wanna try to get your feet planted on grass,
barefoot.
earth. Yeah, barefoot. So you step outside. Now, when you do that, yeah, you're gonna be on grass. But everything's about the power of the imagination and vision.
Like Eric Nies walks barefoot.
I walk barefoot all the like. Look at my feet right now. I took my shoes off. I can't. I hate shoes. I hate clothes. When I'm in my room, I'm naked all the time. I don't like clothes. I wear them because you people think something's wrong with my body, so I have to cover it. If I could be naked right now, I would be, because that's just nudity.
I wouldn't. I look like a fucking
I
look like a grizzly bear.
Here's the thing. When people don't judge you, there is no look at his stomach and look how small his dick is. You don't judge nobody. I'll be like, oh, he got a small dick. I could work with it. I bet you I'll make it grow bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's all about you. What can you do with something?
Can you give that advice to some 26 billion men?
Well, I'm just gonna say, it's really, guys, it's the power. If you don't have a big dick, just learn how to eat pussy really good, finger the girl really good, play with her butthole, get a vibrator, get some toys. You don't have to have a big pee-pee. You just have to know how to do everything else. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got a big dick, doesn't mean shit, because I fuck some dudes with big dicks, and I'm like, oh my God, trash. You're trash right now. What are you doing? Get off me. Seriously, no. I'll stop them. What are you doing? No, that's not how you do it. Get up, I'll show you. And I'll be like, do it like this, and I will show them. I'll be like, go like this, push up, go to the, like, speak your piece, bro. I'm not about to have sex and waste a good shave on you, motherfucker. It took me forever. You know how much bending and shit I gotta do for this?
Getting back to the Albanian thing.
Yeah, after the dicks and the shavings. Go ahead. Back to Albanian shit after.
You're by far the most unfiltered.
100%.
Take me as I am.
Take me as I am.
Every stereotype out the window. Okay. You don't give a fuck.
I do not care.
Do you ever hear people talk shit to you, like to your face?
All the time. All the time. My family in general. Why do you talk like that? I'm like, because you don't. So somebody has to. Like, I have to be the voice for all you quiet people. You're welcome. I know you're all thinking it. I just said it. That's the only difference. Everybody's thinking it, but nobody wants to say it. You know the movie White Chicks? Oh my God, Brittany, you were thinking it, but you said it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm everybody's thoughts projected onto them. So if I talk to a woman and I'm like, like I'll do readings sometimes and they'll be like, my husband this. I'm like, yo, why don't you just go in the room, pull his pants off, suck his dick, and jump on top of him? Why are you waiting for him to do it? And they'll look at me and be like, I thought about that. I'm like, go do it tonight. And then they'll be like, I did it, and it was amazing. I'm like, come on, just do it. Why is everybody so scared? I'm not scared. This is why I'm single, because it's not that I can't keep nobody. It's that they can't keep me. They just can't match my energy. And so, like, we get in the bedroom, I cook, I clean, I work, I make money. And it's like, I do it all. And so, like, I am everything. And so, like, if a man does not bring value, or a woman, bring value to my life, they're worthless to me as a relationship, but I could use them as a friend, and they could use me as a friend. We could learn things from each other. But in a relationship, I will not dare to bring anybody into my life that does not bring existential value to my existence and being. Otherwise, if I wanted a child, I'll just go to my daughter. Like, I'll take care of her. I don't need an extra, where you at? Where you been? Blah, blah, blah. I got shit to do. Do you think Jesus cared what anybody said? No. Mary was rich. She provided all the money for his spiritual trips and all that. Yep, her daddy was rich, and she was the reason why Jesus was able to travel the world. People can't just travel the world broke and not be able to eat. He had a funder. She funded him, right? People like that. Muhammad had Fatima. She was
Not Fatima, Khadija.
Khadija. I'm sorry. Fatima was his daughter, right?
Correct.
Right. So Khadija was a wealthy widow woman, and he had her. She funded everything that he was doing. You guys gotta understand. See what I'm saying? So if I meet someone, he or she's got to be a Khadija or a Mary. And if not, why are you here?
There's something about Mary, man.
There's something about Mary. There's something about those
How do you
women that they
see-
don't get
How do you
talked
see,
about in those Bibles and Qurans and
How do you
such.
see the next couple of years for Flo?
Okay, so
Think we're going to see you on the big screen again?
I don't know if I listen. Here's the thing. My goal, my mission, is bigger
But
than
in a
that.
way that you want, not
The way I want is I'm starting a school for the gifted. That's what I'm
so you're
starting.
Professor fucking Xavier.
Professor Xavier.
Right now, you also Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost.
Yes, I am.
And you think
I
that
am a
that
lot of
character
things.
was actually portrayed? Like if I watch the
little
movie,
bit, yeah,
if I
a lot
watch
of
the
it.
movie Ghost, am I kind of in your world? At
A
that
lot
point?
of it, yes.
Seriously?
A lot of, yes,
And you'll
seriously.
see these people.
Yeah, no,
spirits.
she doesn't see them. Remember,
Oh, yeah,
she
she
never
didn't see
sees
them,
them.
but
She
you
just
see
hears
them.
them. No, I don't see them.
You hear them.
I hear them and I feel them. So I don't.
Sam?
The reason why that's my dad's name, Sam. The reason why, you see what I'm saying? How psychic you are, you don't even know that you be saying shit. The reason why I don't
I have
see
so many
them,
coincidences that happen, man.
it's not
I-
coincidences.
What I'm saying is, I know, even people around me, like, dude, the way you wordplay, the
It's
way
not
things come into
coincidences,
fruition,
Beck. You're being
they
guided.
call that manifestation or whatever.
No,
the fuck.
it is. It's manifestation, but it's not. It's actually you knowing things before you know shit, but not knowing how you know shit. That's called claircognizance. When you know something without knowing how you know it, it's called claircognizance. Clairsentience.
Yeah, and a lot of motherfuckers thought I was crazy, right? Like before 9/11.
'cause they're-
Before 9/11.
yeah.
The night before, I was extremely depressed. Out of nowhere. I remember even telling my mom, I said something horrible was about to happen. The next day, she thought I died because I was at the World Trade Center. I was underneath it. Still haven't been back to ground zero since it happened.
That's what I'm saying. You're highly intuitive. Look,
How the
you know,
fucking-
you're not the only one. You know how many people said that before 9/11 that they felt that? There's an actual blog and website where people say before natural disasters happened, they all had dreams and everything happened. I had a dream that New York City was completely underwater, and I screamed out to my Aunt Robin, move, move, and she lives right by the water in Staten Island.
Before
I
Sandy.
saw the Statue of Liberty underwater.
I'll be honest with you, if we're going to talk about what I'm feeling, and not because of the whole shit that just happened this last year, because I've been feeling like this for a while. I tried to escape New York already. I went to Texas. It didn't work out for me there. God didn't want me there. I literally made the intention to move there. I went to San Antonio. He was with me, Al, the producer. We're talking 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Drove down there. You know, I was dealing with the loss of my brother and the energy of New York. I said, we got to get the fuck out of here. And I still feel like, why am I stuck here? Why can't I get the fuck? I want out of here. I feel trapped here. Because
Okay.
I feel the destruction of that city is coming.
So the
Just like your dream,
Yeah.
I believe. I don't know if it's water. I believe.
The Rosicrucians.
Something horrible is gonna
there's a book on the Rosicrucians. They actually have a map that they explain. Like, so I don't know if you know about the Georgia Guidestones. There's the Georgia
Yeah.
Guidestones, right? So it says on it technically exactly what. So that place is one of the places that will survive the water destruction that's going to take place. We don't know when, right? But there's specific points in the planet. And
I feel like it's nuclear.
no, it's not. It's not going to be nuclear.
And maybe that
No,
maybe
it's
that
not.
water that you're seeing in your
It's
dream
not.
is from a wave.
I'll put it this way: whoever dies in that, and whoever dies in it, it's like they were supposed to go. Like they were basically
I believe in that, and the divine wisdom, where you
100%.
are exactly
like
where
if people are like they're
I
just
guess a
sitting
better
here
way of-
shitting on the earth, like why are they
I guess
here?
a better way of stating it is, I feel that the game board of life is rigged, but our choices.
Right.
That's
it's the
our-
matrix.
that's
You
our
step
free
out of
will.
it or you stay in it.
But I'm saying that's our free will. You couldn't control to who you were born.
Right.
I couldn't control that I lost my brother.
Right.
I couldn't control I lost my family in the war.
Right.
I couldn't stop 9/11, but I was right there.
Right.
I experienced it like firsthand. That shit fucked with me, right? But how I responded after,
That's what matters.
that's my gift that God gave me, the free will to process and do with it what I'm going to do.
Right. So what I feel is for the people that need to understand what we're talking about here is like we have the matrix, right? We have the matrix. What I feel for the people that don't know what we're talking about here, and let me just show everybody back real quick. This is just a quick clip I'm gonna put on my Instagram. I'm gonna let you guys know
See my belly.
what this is about. You look beautiful, babe. So look, the Matrix, right? If you ever watched the movie Neo, you know the neocortex, right? The neocortex, that's the brain. The movie
Even the
Matrix
name-
took
even
a
the
lot
name-
out of.
Yeah, the names weren't even.
Yeah,
they weren't accidental.
They all
No,
have
no.
to do with something that's real with us, right? Within us. Everybody's trapped in the matrix, right? But here's the thing. Those people that you say became awoke or enlightened or they realized the truth or they snapped out of it or they broke out of it, those are the people that stepped out of the matrix, right? So if there's a matrix, for instance, and there's this big circle and everybody's in it, right? So they say think outside the box. they're all in the box and we're outside looking in the box. Like, what's going on down there? And
Like that
look at
asshole.
these idiots.
Like that asshole that's jogging by himself with a mask on at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Like driving
Even
in the
now.
car with a mask on. Like, what are you doing, guy? Like, listen, bro.
But I feel
stop.
there's
It's
another.
people like you. It's you. You're the one who's stopping us from moving forward, you dumb idiot. Like, and all those people, listen, here's the thing. I got a lot of girls and stuff like that. A lot of people I really, really respect as a person that follow me on Instagram and all that. And I love you. And this is not to judge you, but all these posts you guys are putting up about, and I'm not just talking about in particular people, I'm talking about a lot of people. This shit about, if a guy has a penis, is a penis, he's always a man. Like, men who have vaginas now doesn't make them a female, or something like Trump is right and Biden is wrong. Yo, you guys, don't worry, you'll get there one day. You'll get there. You're still closed. Like, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you deal with energy and you learn that everybody's energetic beings, and we do come back here with an energy. If I look at your birth chart or my birth chart, for instance, I have 7 placements of masculinity in my chart, which makes me a highly masculine energy. When I step into a room, straight girls want to fuck me. Guys want to compete with me. Big, strong, thugged out dudes want to compete with me. They're afraid I'm going to take their bitch. I mean, because I easily can. But that's how I understand that energy. I used to think there was something wrong with me. Then I recognize when I'm stepping forward, I give off a masculine energy. And so if you're not a secure person, not just a man, a secure person, you'll be intimidated by our energy. So when you get around people, Beck, for instance, or anybody gets around a person, and they make you feel like there's something wrong with you, it's because something inside of them can't handle your aura. Your aura gives them something that makes them see. It's like your spirit irritates their demons, and so they can't handle you. So especially if you're a real ass person and you get around a fake motherfucker and you find yourself being a little fake to adhere to their stupidity, or you dumb yourself down to have a conversation with morons because they don't understand when you're talking. Okay. So yeah, you know what Kim Kardashian did yesterday? If I gotta talk to you like that, like, you gotta go. Like, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that conversation exactly. You go and there's like that one person who's like, did you see what Kamala Harris did yesterday? I'm like, who? She's like, the vice president. I'm like, I didn't know Joe Biden was the vice president for so long. I don't care about those people because they're not bringing no happiness to my world.
They're bringing destruction.
They bring nothing but their own. Do you people understand? Trump, Biden, they're all being controlled by someone else anyway. They're all puppet There's a puppet master and those are the puppets. And you're their puppeteers. So we got puppets. It's like a cycle of idiots. The it's big like idiots, the medium idiots, the smaller idiots, and
line up
and
50
the baby
people
idiots.
With their dicks in the ass, one after another.
Right. It's like, it's like when you have a threesome with 2 guys. You can't let the 2 dicks go next to each other because then it's like, don't bring those 2 dicks near me. They have to be separated, like one over there and one over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't say I know anything about that.
It's just uncomfortable. You know,
can't say,
you're like, no homo. You know what I'm saying?
Can't say I've ever been in that environment.
I have, and let me tell you, it could get real awkward when the 2 dicks cross. It's not a fun situation. He's trying not to laugh. You know, I've also been in a threesome with 2 women and a guy. And I'm going to tell you, if you're in a threesome with a girlfriend and her boyfriend, just make sure you pay the girlfriend a lot of attention so she doesn't, like, beat him up when you leave, because then he's going to hear it for, like, 10 months. So what you got to do is make her the boss. What do you like? Oh, okay. You want me to do that? You make her think she's in control, right? And then you go in there, you know what I'm saying? You break it down real quick, and then you leave. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But, that was the past, and I don't do those things anymore. But, I have a lot of spank bank memories, and, I have a lot of things that I can look back at. I don't need porn. I just close my eyes and play the record back on my head. I'm like, remember that one time? That one time. But now I'm like, Flo, you can't do that stuff, okay? Because, and then I'm like, why can't I?
I'll tell you something. There's a lot of energy. It's very dangerous. I think men don't realize it till later in life.
They don't realize what?
When you have multiple partners, there's a draining, man. You're literally giving away a lot of yourself.
Unless you do it in a loving, beautiful way.
It's not just a physical act.
Yeah, unless you listen. If
when you're younger, the testosterone is flowing. You're really not thinking.
No, you're just you're
And
literally
you're just giving
young,
yourself
dumb,
away.
and full of cum.
You're giving yourself to everyone.
Right. But see, now that you become older, you recognize that the energy gets transferred because
horrible.
sexual energy transfer is all the way real. But here at the end of the day,
It's almost
let's
like when
say,
you put a disc into a computer, right? You're transferring fucking
But
files.
here's the thing. If you're going to do something, especially sexually today, I suggest you just do something that makes you feel good. Like it makes you happy. Leave there knowing you had the best orgasm ever. That was a great experience. You and the other person high five, pound each other out and keep it moving, or whatever the case may be. Just don't do things that you're not doing that if it's not fulfilling you, don't do it. What brings me joy? And if bringing you joy means like when you leave that situation, if you go, oh, I shouldn't have done that right there, and then you know you did something that you shouldn't have been doing, you had no business being there, and that's the guilt and the shame part. If you do things because you truly want to, you will never leave with remorse, guilt, or shame. You have to do everything you want to do. Doing things you don't want to do brings you guilt, shame, remorse, and
you feel
anger.
it before you even do it.
100%. I mean,
Just learning to listen to that.
just recently, I hadn't had sex in a long time. I decided to be celibate for a long time, and
You
just
were celibate last time you were here.
yeah, but I'm not now. I had sex with one person, right? And I'm gonna tell you, I've been wanting to have sex with him for so long, and that's all I really wanted to do. I just wanted to bang him, honestly, because he's so hot, right? So I mean, like so hot. He's an actor. Like he's fucking hot. Anyway, so the point is, and you know, he carries a gun and all that, so I was so turned on by him. But the point is, I didn't do it until I felt like, all right, Flo, I'm about to go tear his back out real quick, you know what I'm saying, get home, you know. And then when I left there, I felt great. I was like, we had sex. It was awesome. I enjoyed it, and you know, I never spoke to him again, but it's because of me. Like he was like, I don't like people falling in love with me. If I'm not ready for it, I'm like, you gotta go. Like, I got shit to do. Not right now, homie. Give me a year. Maybe we could be in a relationship. Right now, Florina's busy, and every time I get in a relationship, guess what? People hold me back. Why are you doing that? Who are you talking to? I can't have that. Like, if you're not a whole G and you can't come with me to this podcast, for instance, and feel comfortable with the fact that there's a grown man here and a grown man there and trust me, then you can't be in my life. So I can't do it because every time people date me, they get jealous and crazy, and I can't do it. I can't, right? So I did what
Very common in relationships.
Yeah, it is very
Extremely
common. And I did what I wanted to do, right? I did what I wanted to do. Did I even record any of that? Wow. Okay, anyway. I did what I wanted to do, and it made me feel good, and I did it because I liked it, and that's it. And I don't do anything. I'm not 100%. I don't have my heart into it. Nothing today. Nothing. And even when I do something that's a little bad, you know, we're not going to say what on camera, but sometimes I like to dabble in the dark arts, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't mean by like witchcraft or none of that. I'm talking about, like, you know, things that you shouldn't be doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to say what. But, you know, when I do that, I realize why. It's because life could get boring. I'm not enthralled or enchanted by anyone. I'm bored by humans. Humans bore me, unless it's someone like you. And I'm going to say, I'm not gassing your head up. I'm telling you, energetically, I need humans like you around me. And I don't mean that in a relationship-wise. I mean just around me to stimulate me.
Associate.
To stimulate me, right? And you rarely find that. And when you do, they always got their own things going on, and everybody's busy or whatever, right? And I know that, but it's very rare that I find a human being who matches my energy. So today, I don't do anything that doesn't bring me joy. And that's that. And then that's why I have no guilt, no shame, no fear, no remorse. I'm free. I'm guilt-free. I am drama-free. I have no problems. I have no issue. My life is going great. It's going to go even better every day. And that's it. I'm free.
I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to see us doing some things together a little bit more frequently.
Right. And
we're not going to reveal that yet, but
no, we won't say
there's something in the works.
100%. And it has to be, because there's no way that spirit guided us together for no reason. That's your brother. Your brother's a smart guy. He was like, yo, my brother needs the girl around.
I still don't,
gangster.
Fully,
Your brother definitely thinks I'm a straight gangster and brought me to you. He loves me. He's like, yes, bitch.
I think the gangster's God,
But your brother thinks I'm a gangster, though.
I think everything happens
I think your brother likes me a little
by
bit,
the
too.
will of God, bro.
I think your brother watches me in the shower.
A little different
Just kidding.
in my philosophy and my ideology.
I think your brother was watching me in the shower today. He was like, yeah, go see my brother, yeah. No, I was kidding. No, but you know, it's all fun. It's all fun. It's all fun, and it's all about recognizing that, you know, life is really not to be taken so seriously. You can't take life so seriously because then everything, when you take life seriously and everything's like so serious, everything becomes work. So I don't ever feel like I'm working when I'm doing things or making money. I feel like this is what I'm doing. This is what I do.
Now you have a lot of clients, right?
Oh yeah, I'm booked right now up until like the end of the month. I sometimes can't even keep up with them, but I still, you know.
I mean, it took you a long time to get back here. How busy you been?
Huh?
I said you've been busy. You know.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because I work on my own schedule, my own timing, and people know. It says on my website straight up, I work with energy. So when I get to your reading, I'll get to your reading. Don't force it, because when you do, you'll have a shitty reading, and then you can't blame me, and I'm not giving you a refund. That's your bad. You should have waited. You know what I'm saying? Don't force energy. Energy cannot be destroyed, but it can be moved around. Okay, so I move energy around. If I'm tired that day, I won't do readings. I won't do that. If I, you know, drink a little the night before, I won't do it the next day because I have to cleanse my aura before I do things like that.
I don't drink alcohol at all.
I mean, I don't either, but like sometimes when I go out,
I drank like a motherfucker.
I had like 2 shots of Henny last night.
I mean, you saw the trailer of me dancing with a fucking vodka cranberry in my head, but
yeah, but
you know, it's when I gave up all that stuff that I really started becoming extremely empathic.
But that's what happens when you give up, because when you do, the reason why people drink and do drugs and do all that, most people are highly empathic and highly in tune, and they want to tune it out because it's too much for them. Then when you start to accept the fact that you're receiving all this information, you can get rid of all those. See, when I drink today, it's more like, oh, I just want to, you know, I want to have fun and just let loose, you know.
But that's how I was, though.
When I drank before or did drugs before, when I was popping pills and all that, it was because the world was too much for me and I couldn't handle it. But today I accept everything, and therefore I don't need to numb myself. If I do something, I do it out of pleasure, not out of I need to stop this. I don't do that.
Anxiety, though.
Yeah, I don't have that. I just have a drink or two.
So you take nothing.
No, nothing.
You're not on nothing right now, so people think what you're talking about is great.
No,
like
no,
you are who you are right now.
I don't. This is the thing. I don't. I choose today. If I wanted to sniff some coke or something, I would do it. But I don't care. I'm unapologetic. I do things out of pleasure today. Like I said, not like I used to do it. But I don't take pills. I don't take medication. I used to be on every medication: Adderall, bipolar pills, Wellbutrin, a lot of different pills. But
and those are just as bad. That's what
this is my
say.
energy. Yeah, those are made to suppress your
Emotions.
what you're feeling, what you know. Like, so when you're empathic and in tune and all that, all of those drugs, Adderalls, the Percocets, all that. Prozacs and all that, none of that stuff really works. They put Prozac in our water. Your tap water is
I don't drink that shit.
I never. If it's not alkaline or actual filtered water, I will not drink it.
That's Swiss shit.
I don't even drink Poland Spring because the big groups, they already sold out. They put fluoride in their water. They're told to, and they do it because it's a mainstream brand. Coca-Cola has fluoride in it. Fluoride decalcifies your pineal gland. And when it does that, it's the worst thing for you. It's just you're closing off into he looks like he's getting tired. He's like, fuck this.
I'll fucking slap him right now.
So yo, I was just saying in my head, the smoke is killing my eyes right now.
Yo, my bad, yo.
No, I can handle it.
I figured as an
Bro,
Albanian,
I'm good.
We're born in
I'm
smoking.
a gangster. But at the same time, I stopped smoking a lot of cigarettes. So it's when I get in my house and my mom be in the living room smoking, I'm like, open the fuck. Lady, you're in a cloud of smoke. Like your whole.
Will your mom see this interview?
No, she don't watch stuff like this.
She don't want to see this.
She's like me. I don't watch myself on interviews. I would watch this because I want to hear what we're talking about. I watch some things, right, that I do, but I don't really watch myself unless I'm trying to learn from myself.
No, not more than student.
No. My mom don't give a shit. She knows how I am. I talk like this in the house all day. I'm like, okay, all right.
So what was it like coming from an Albanian household, which we really try to keep our shit inside, right?
Oh yeah.
Suppression. Maybe too much, right? This is why we have certain issues sometimes, right? And we just explode, right? Whether it's woman, man, in our culture, sometimes we just explode because we suppress for what they say, the face. We try to protect the face.
The angriest people are the ones who hold the truth inside.
But here's my question. So how the fuck did they all deal with that? Like, first of all, when you went on to Bad Girls Club, did you tell them you were going or you just did it?
I just did it.
And then they found out later.
Yeah, I told I called my mom when I was on my way to LA, and I was like, by the way, I'm about to be on the TV show. It's called The Bad Girls Club. My sister was so supportive. She's a gangster. She was like, yes, get it. I'm so excited. My brother, he He was like, I don't like it. I'm not into it. None of them really watched it. My aunts and uncles, they love that shit. They go places and people
probably
are
would've
like,
been-
I know your niece. And they get all like, excited and shit. Like some people, right? But a lot of them, they didn't like it. But then now, when I do interviews, like for instance, I did like 3 Albanian interviews and I spoke in Albanian the whole time. And my grandfathers, my uncles, all that from Albania, they all watched it and they were commenting on the bottom, we're so proud of you. And I'm like, what? But I was talking about being bisexual on those interviews and everything. And they still commented, we're proud of you and all that. You know why? Because I tell people like I feel. And I'm unapologetic for a reason, bro. I am so fucking sick and tired of watching people live their lives just trying to please everybody. It is
There
the
is a lot of
saddest
that.
thing.
There is a lot of that. There's a lot of that, not just in our culture, in all cultures. It's people
I
that
feel really,
they live the way they think they're supposed to
it's so bad.
because they
man.
feel like they don't want to let certain people down.
It's Shina.
They don't
That's
chase their
Shina.
dream.
That's
And I'm not even
Shina.
talking about doing crazy shit, Flo. I'm talking
not
about simple shit.
either.
Like
I'm not
I'm
either.
talking about
Just being
they
yourself.
really wanted
like,
to be, let's say, a fucking photographer,
and they don't do it.
but their
'cause
family owns 50 buildings.
Go be a roofer.
So rather than
Gotta have
chase,
a pizzeria.
rather than chase their dream or what they really want to do, because you're gonna
They
die
do
anyway.
what's logical.
They do what they do not to let the family down. And
What's
I understand
logical
that.
and what
It's an
works.
extreme.
What's worked for generations for them. But what's worked for generations for my family, it's not working for me. So I'm changing that. That's what you call breaking the cycle, breaking generational curses, whatever you want to call it. I broke the cycle
You
because
think that I don't have a lot of that pressure, even though I'm a man? Absolutely.
100. What? Albanian men, women need to realize the women kind of
How
like.
many times I've heard you're wasting your time, you're this.
Okay, thank you.
you're
That's what I say
fucking
to them.
that,
Thanks for
you're
your
fucking this.
opinion.
But to
Your
be honest
opinion.
with you, it just keeps lighting the fire more.
Just exactly. Just
I'm like,
I
just got-
thank them for their opinion and I
you
keep
know
it
what?
moving.
Up until this time, I said, you know what? I did everything I could to make everyone else happy.
And you got to do what makes you happy.
I believe in what I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm on this journey. I just know deep down inside I have to keep going. The film,
You're listening to your intuitive
film,
guide.
this came out of nowhere that I'm working on.
It didn't come
Obviously,
out of nowhere.
it's crazy how it came out. And I'm going across the country. I'm leaving Monday. I'm driving to fucking LA by God's will.
The dream.
And it's weird because I just feel like no matter what I do, something big's about to happen.
It
Something
is.
huge is about to happen.
If you feel like that, like I feel that.
And I feel calm. I don't even feel
that.
excited.
I feel like that and you feel like that. It's because something big is about to happen. And,
I feel calm.
right.
Where my
I'm
younger
not
self,
scared at
I
all
would have been
either.
so excited. I would have been
Yeah,
either really
I'm
scared or
not.
really excited.
I'm just sitting back waiting.
I'm
for
just
it.
like, I believe whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
It's
And
gonna
I'm not doing
happen.
this by accident.
Nope.
And I'm not quitting.
Facts.
And to my loyal followers that have been out there, I've never missed an episode. Here we are, 81 deep. It's 81. What year you born?
82.
82. Me too. August
September.
27.
Virgo power.
I know I have done my best. I've made mistakes. Those of you that have been loyal to me, I appreciate it. A lot changed since the election with the algo. Who the fuck knows? This film is me, unfiltered. I'm going after it. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm documenting this journey. You're a part of it. And when I get back in the fall, we have some big announcements.
Yes.
There's a new show coming that I'm making. We're still going to do the comeback team, but we're going to be in the heart of Manhattan, God willing.
Do what your heart
And it's going to be more like this.
and intuition tells you to do. And
gonna
that's
be
what I'm doing.
more-
I'm following my intuition.
We're going to bring some great guests on, but it's going to be more just chill, talk about life. I want to laugh, tired of crying, and just keep it moving.
No more tears, no more fears,
No more pain.
no more pain.
This is Beck Lover, and I'm here with Flo,
Yes.
the most open book.
Yeah.
Courageous.
Yeah, I told you guys.
To talk about the
I
shit
told
you talked
guys
about.
some shit today.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
I feel it as an Albanian man, so you're much more braver than I am, because I got to be honest, I hold back a lot.
Yeah. I usually do too.
And I
but
have kids, and you have a kid too. So, like, for me, I'm like, fuck, I couldn't. During this thing, I'm like, I couldn't have just said what Flo just said. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it. And that might be hurting me as a podcaster, as a talk show host. But hopefully, as time goes on, I'll feel more and more comfortable.
Don't forget that people.
Because I'll tell you right
people
now,
latch
Flo,
on to
I
people who
got some
don't care.
fucking stories, Flo.
You should tell them.
You have like.
Back. I bet you every story you tell me I can match yours with a crazier one, or equally as crazy. I promise you. I
mean, honestly, I look back.
I done
sometimes.
been through it all. I done seen it all. I just
Sometimes
don't
I
talk
look
about it
back.
because people will be like,
I look back. I know you do too. And just like.
I laugh. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
That shit was amazing though. But
I
that
was
shit
a
was
crazy
amazing.
ass bitch.
There was that side too. I'm like, I could have been dead about a few times. Could have been in jail.
There's that side, but but
then the fun side.
I have so many sex stories that I can tell.
Side.
It's just
I don't have any of those.
When you're on TV, a lot of people throw themselves at you, literally on the floor naked. Take me, and I'm just like, what?
I never, you know, I still to this day. And listen, I hang out with a lot of celebrities. I still do. You see the pictures out there. I never understood why.
Why what?
Like to me, the whole fan shit.
But you gotta understand from their perspective, they've never seen or touched us. So when they get next to us, it's
I
like.
know, but it's just so fucking. To me, it's
I
like.
think it's weird too. I'm the
think
same way.
that energy to me, like let's say tomorrow I'm the number one fucking.
Yeah, I don't feel like that either.
I'm the next Joe Rogan.
Same thing.
I gotta say now, that ever happened, and it's starting to happen. By the way,
Stay humble.
I don't. Like you said, it's weird. Like you said,
That's what I
like
do.
you
I
hit
stay
that. I'm
humble.
not gonna. You hit that right on the fucking head. I'm like, I don't feel this shit.
Stay humble, because guess what? The way you're gonna. There's a difference between fame and being known. People will do anything to become famous, but when you become known for something greater than that, what happens is you become approachable, you become relatable, and when people can do that, they learn from you more, because when you're above them, quote unquote, they see you as someone who's above them.
What's the name of my show?
The Comeback Team?
Did I make it about me? No, it's not about me. My dream
Right, exactly. But here's the thing.
to turn this show into some type of movement that I'm involved in.
Right.
Where I can actually help people come back from the grasp
The
of
leader of the pack.
destruction, raise crazy money, document, like I'm walking into this village in fucking Ethiopia right now where the Tigrayans are being massacred and saying, yo, you 50 people, you don't know me, it doesn't matter who I am. I got you. That's my fucking
That's
dream.
your dream, right?
It's always been my dream before this.
It will get
before
to
this.
that and keep that vision, right? That's what I do.
And I do
keep that
think
vision up.
I do thank my Albanian heritage for that.
100%.
Because we're a warrior
Because we're not
species.
afraid of nothing. I'm not afraid of shit because I'm being Albanian.
We care about the world. We do fucking care about
we
the
do
world.
very
And we've
much
produced
so.
some fucking amazing fucking people. Man.
No, amazing, incredible.
It's crazy
incredible,
when you
incredible.
people don't. You know what kills me? Our history is the most not told,
Yeah, well,
and
again,
probably one of the most impactful
I think
in
that's
the
a
world.
good. I think it's a good thing for
it's coming
a
out.
reason. For a reason, it's a good thing, kind of with
Coming
the
out.
Albanians being like, I call it the underdogs, the low key, on top of everybody but below everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just like black.
I mean,
people,
we're being fucking
just like
stuck.
black people are starting to rise up and understand their power because they were suppressed
They're
for so
fucking
very
force.
long. Right, and
gotta
listen,
channel it.
you got to understand something. The most powerful people in the world are the most suppressed people in the world.
Because we survive.
Because and not only that, if we knew our power, what would happen? We would take over this place, right? So they don't want us to know our power, so they keep you suppressed as much as possible.
You know, it's weird. I've always had this theory like there was some type of conspiracy against our ancestors.
No, actually, well, I feel that there was
Illyrians.
actually, I actually feel that there was
I have a cousin named
some kind of
Viganis.
pact to keep us under like everything because for a reason. I told you, Albanians are the ones who
Ilir.
go.
What does the word ilir mean? To be free. We were always a proud, free, willing to die for it, and we have.
And
we just did.
And we have.
I buried 30 fucking people because they would rather die
Right. That's what I'm trying to say.
than live the way they were
That's
living.
why people need to understand.
And I'm
I
the
want
same
you guys,
motherfucking
if I'm
way.
going to leave you guys off with anything, is this. And I'm going to tell you this. Remain humble no matter what you do. Remain humble, right? Do not let fame, fortune, money, or anything change who you are.
Because then you're going to see who your true self is.
Yeah.
Money shows you who you are.
I personally don't like when people flash their money in front of me. It makes me very uncomfortable. I don't like to, it's weird to me. I'm like, why are you pulling out your stacks? I don't care. But everybody's different. Some people are like, money, like, they bust a nut. I'm like, show me $10 million. I'm like, oh, okay, paper on the floor. That's what I see.
Fuck that. Show me these people that you wouldn't have helped with that.
But I'm just saying, yeah, I
That
see
I love.
paper on the
That-
floor. What do you?
To me,
money's
that should be the
energy.
flexing.
Money's energy. So if that money's just sitting there and you just want that money for power, but if I see you doing good with that money, then I'm like, I'm pressed. I'm like, okay, baby, go ahead, do
Like
it.
this motherfucker walked into a village and fucking fed 6,000 people. Like that to me
That's
is.
what I'm saying. But everybody's not.
That should be the new
But see,
flexing.
Beck,
Fuck that
that's-
being in
that
the
is
club
f-
going like
no,
this.
Listen, that is the flex. Listen, people who know. It doesn't matter what those other people see.
And that energy, by the way, those few times I was fortunate enough to maybe do something nice. They didn't do it for the cameras. There was no one around. That was between me and the creator, right?
Right. I do good
But
deeds
that
every
energy-
day. If people recorded what I did on a daily basis, they'd be like,
But that
"You're a
energy,
good person." I'm like, "No."
but that energy though, that it's like this fucking tidal wave that comes over you.
Right. I get really.
And you cry.
I get high when that's my high.
You
It's
go home and you fucking
healing people
You're
is
like,
my
yo,
high.
I'm a fucking.
Right. I'm a
and you're
god.
like, but not that, but like,
I'm a god.
I haven't done enough.
No. See, that's the Virgo in you. Virgos are our sign is related with the helper. We are the helper. The
Why
Virgos.
is it a naked woman on the? Why I gotta,
Because she's the mother. She's a mother. She's mother to everyone. So male or female, we always want to take care of everyone. Get it? That's our.
clever.
That's our. So there's a Virgo constellation in the sky. The stars align together and they make a woman holding a flower. It looks like that's the constellation. That's where they get astrology from. So Taurus, the bull. If you put the stars together, it comes out looking like a bull. All these they all come out looking like an animal or something shaped, right? So I want to explain that really quickly, and then we're gonna tune this out because I am.
Yeah, I know we're good. We're
I'm
about to
tired.
wrap it up.
And so the constellations, right? So Virgo being the helper, right? Like Gemini is I analyze, Virgos is I think. There's all different types of sayings for everybody. Pisces is I. I see, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's got like something that their sign, I believe, is the planets that they come from. So when we, as Virgos, always want to help everybody, help. We're the helpers, and we feel like it's never enough. My whole life I help people, and I still want to, and I still feel like it's never enough. Because whatever planet we come from, we are the helpers. We are sent here to do this mission of healing and helping this human, unsuppressed, unknowing. We're sent here for enlightenment for these reasons. Whatever we feel like we need to help people with, it's because wherever we come from originally, our true home, those are the types of people that are there. Those are the types of energies that are there. They help people, and that's what we do. And so, go with your intuition, but don't ever tell yourself it's not enough. It's not enough. There's people out there, they ain't doing shit for nobody ever. I just got twitched on the right eye when I said that. Don't ever tell yourself it's not enough. That was for you right there.
No matter
For
what
everyone
you've
else.
been through,
You've been doing a great job.
no matter what you've been through in this life, no matter what you've seen, no matter what trauma you've experienced, no matter how insignificant you may feel, there's more to your story, and it's not over yet.
Not over.
As long as you still have air in these lungs, you can always make a
Comeback.
what? Make a comeback. In the house with Flo, unfiltered, unadulterated. Stay tuned. Hit that sub button. Share this damn video. Subscribe to the podcast. Pay attention for the film or TV series or
Do
whatever
it.
the fuck
Come
we're
on,
making
do
is
it.
coming out.
Come on, do it.
And I will get back up to speed in the fall. I'll be vlogging across my journey since I'm not going to be podcasting during this time period, but I'm still going to be connected. So stay tuned here. Your friend Beck Lover and Flo, and you've watched another